final time of 2019 we'll be racing in the Elite League, and wow, what a shame. That's so sad to say that, isn't it? But let's get on to the more exciting part, shall we? Of course, we have just had the draw of next season 3 of Elite League, and gotta say, there's some fantastic lineups there, isn't there? I'm really well, I tell you what, I'm sure you guys are buzzing, but I was absolutely enthralled by some of those lineups. My goodness me, they are very, very tasty lineups indeed, and really looking forward to that. Of course, in January of 2020, my goodness me, we'll be started all over again in Melbourne, Australia. And wow, it is good. It seems like far away, doesn't it? Of course, we've got to go through all that Christmas malarkey and things like that first, but that will go in a flash, I'm sure of it. And then we'll be ready to kick things off again in season 3. Which I gotta say, some of those lineups from tonight, I really looking forward to that as well. Of course, remember that the super draw is going to also be available later on this week as well, so looking forward to that one. Yeah, I must admit, I love a good draw. It's gonna it really does, it really gets the juices going, doesn't it? A lovely driver draw, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Of course, Dave will be in the comms box with me in just a few moments' time. So, and of course, I'd love to have his. Of course, we see his live reaction as well there just a minute ago. But of course, we'll hopefully go into a bit more in depth about the next season. But of course, before we even think about next season, we've got one more round to go, and of course, it's in Abu Dhabi, round 21. My goodness me, the joint longest season in F1 history. Of course, 2016 was 21 races as well. And I've got to say, it's an amazing backdrop, isn't it, to end the season here in Abu Dhabi. Not the most liked circuit in the world, not by any stretch of the imagination, but I got to say, I quite enjoy the backdrop, as it does have an end of season feel, doesn't it? Of course, this track has been on the calendar since 2009. My goodness me. Of course, that was back when F1 was on the BBC, I remember, and of course they actually shown practice, I think, for the first time, which really got me excited. Almost 10 years ago now, and it's a good race, the final race, wasn't it, in Abu Dhabi? Of course, Hamilton was leading right up until where he had issues with car troubles, didn't he? And I think that let Vettel to win. Jonathan Cox said, "Good evening, Sean. Good evening, Jonathan." He'll be driving the Renault tonight, and he is actually going to be. It's kind of a preview of next season for Jonathan, isn't it? And Jacob, as they'll be teammates next season, won't they, for the Silver Arrows? So looking forward to that. That's incredible, isn't it? 2 top qualifiers, and they in their own right. Of course, Jacob has got 7 pole positions this season. I think Jonathan has 6 or 7. I think Jonathan has 7 pole positions as well. I must admit, I need to get up the super spreadsheet as well. But gosh, there are 2 top qualifiers in the Mercedes. Wow, are they going to be locking out the front row most of next season? Well, I got to say, I would bet my house on that. But you got like 18 other drivers that are going to be snapping their heels. Yeah, so it's not going to be a walk in the park, is it, for qualifying? That is definitely not going to be the case either. Jonathan just confirmed he does have 7 pole positions this season. Of course, so we're in at Yaz Island then. 21 turns around this 5.5 kilometer circuit. Of course, 3.4 miles long. And of course, this is a unique race where it goes from dawn to dusk. Dawn to night, really, doesn't it? Of course, I was thinking of that song actually. Can't remember who it was done by now, wasn't it Zayn or something like that? Yeah, back when I used to think I was cool. Anyway, it's a day to night race. I gotta say, it's an incredible backdrop, isn't it? And the scenery the cars going to light is absolutely spectacular, isn't it? We got Lucas saying hello, Sean. Hello, Lucas. Of course, a Toro Rosso driver this season, and I'm looking forward to seeing what Lucas does today. Of course, I got to say, one of the performances of the seasons was back in Hungary, wasn't it? I remember that well for 2 reasons. One, I was stuck up in Burnley, but also 2, it was an absolutely outstanding drive for Lucas. I got to say, I am quite biased sometimes. That was one race where I was really biased, and I got to say, I wanted Lucas to win, to be honest. But it was like a Damon Hill-esque, wasn't it? In Hungary as well. It was like Damon Hill, 97. It was incredible, wasn't it, to see Lucas up there? And I really think we can see Lucas battling at the top full time next season as well. So great stuff to go. We've also got Gavin saying, "Come on, Deneen, the Ivory Coast Driver of the Year." And we've also got Deneen going, "Gavin, I'm Irish." And we've also got Dutch Dave or Navy Dave. Hello, Sean. Hello, Dave. I hope Dave and his millions of Dutch fans are here tonight. I got straight with the Spanish Grand Prix early season. It was a cracking Spanish Grand Prix, wasn't it? It was not only on track but off track as well. My goodness me, the Barney Army of the Dutch was really keeping me on my toes that night. It was It was fantastic. It really was, and I can't wait to see what Dave can do next season. Really looking forward to seeing what Dave could do in a full season next season, because he has flashes of brilliance, hasn't he? Navy Dave has this season. So what can he do in a full season next season? And of course, Gavin and doing a good job actually, and being our promoter tonight. Check the award stream, as I think they're badgered over the flags, aren't they? Of course, the Irish flag and the Ivory Coast flag is very close, isn't it? Very closely matched. I think the green is slightly lighter on the Ivory Coast flag. Yeah. Oh, we love a bit of banter, don't we? Gotta say, well, whilst we're just getting into it now, then a couple of the stats this season have been incredible, haven't they? Of course, we got, as we said, Jacob with 7 pole positions this season. He's a one-up wonder, isn't he? Brilliant stuff, Jacob, as he's a talent, isn't he? And and I feel that next season, if he can get more, unfortunately, if he can get some more finishes, he would definitely be on the map, won't he? For challenging for the title next season, which is what all the drivers want to do. Unfortunately, he's had 6 DNFs this season, which I think is far too many to challenge for a title, isn't it? But Jacob definitely next season would certainly be in my estimation. And of course, Deneen there has been Mr. Consistent this season, hasn't he? He's only had 1 pole position, but my goodness me, he's had 4 wins and 9 podiums. That's why he's right up there. Incredible stuff, isn't it? And I'd like to welcome Dave into the commentary box as well. Dave, how's it going, mate?
Very well, mate. Very well. Just managed to finish up my tea after that draw, so we're all good. Shame Vanquish can't join us for the final race and give us a good showdown, but it still should be a good race. A lot of drivers here still after their first wins. A lot of drivers here would like one more podium before the season finishes, so I'm looking forward to this one.
Yeah, it's a bit of an anticlimactic end to the season, isn't it, really? But I got to say, Deneen has thoroughly deserved it, as we were just talking about his stats there. He has been Mr. Consistent, hasn't he? He's really good job. Of course, he had 1 or 2 races last season. He had a bit of a difficult start to his elite career, but my goodness me, this season, wow, phenomenal. And I got to say, there's some tasty lineups next season in elite. There's 2 teams I'm really interested in. Of course, that's the Mercedes team, and of course the Pink Panthers. It's great to see the 2 super drivers together as well there. What are you looking forward to about next season, Dave?
You know what? I've just drawn them. I can't remember what they were, so let me get them back on my phone. Yeah, so the teams, that Merc team with Jacob and Jonathan Cox. I know you've covered it already, but those 2 were on fire last season. Well, this season in qualifying, and they're going to have some front rows next season. No doubt about it. I can see some Merc lockouts. Not that bad. IU Racing, like, what a team! If IU Racing had started the Super League from the start, no doubt he would have pushed Not That Bad for the Super League title. That's going to be a hell of a team. Deneen, Slim, McLaren's, that's going to be a team to beat, no doubt about it. You could have a Rosberg Hamilton situation in that team as well. Slim being Rosberg and Deneen being a Hamilton. I can see it happening. I can just see it happening. Renault's is strong. You're and I say it's strong. I can't remember his teammate. Crazy Power. You're on Crazy Power. Really good team there. It's a good grid, you know. Blaz and Jamie at Williams, they're going to get on well. BP, sorry, I'm reading this off my phone, I can't remember writing. Dan Murphy, that's a good little team. That's going to be a consistent team that's going to pick up the points as well. They're going to be battling for podiums. Ferrari, Lucas and Belco. Belco will be overjoyed to be in the Ferrari, as I know Lucas is as well, so cracking grid next year. 4 fantastic reserve drivers as well. Let's hope we can end this season style, and I look forward to season 3.
And of course, that all starts in January. Really looking forward to that as well. 2020, my goodness me, it feels weird to say that. As we're 30 seconds in. We're 30 seconds into the session, but going from that list there, it's really making me blood flow. That McLaren lineup, I didn't even notice that first. I was so enthralled about the super combination of IU Racing and Not That Bad. But yeah, Slim and Slim and Deneen. You're right there. I reckon. I'm really looking forward to that. And to be honest, we'd love to have a bit of drama, wouldn't we, behind the scenes? Oh, it'd be great stuff. We might have Capgate again, but IRC version, that'd be fun.
Not like that, but I think, I know they're in the same, I know they're good friends, they're in the same chat party, and I think there's been a little bit of camaraderie this season between those two, a little bit of helping each other out. But next season, I think they're both going to be fighting for a championship, and I think teammates, they're not going to be. They're both going to be going for it next season. It's going to be such a taste. It's got Rosberg, it's got Ocon and Perez, and Rosberg and Hamilton, Leclerc, Vettel, all over it.
And to be honest, Slim, I think, has had a very disappointing season as well. So really looking forward to seeing what Slim could do next season. I think he's had a bit of an up and down season, Slim, as of course he's also missed a few races as well. So hopefully get some, we just get some bit of consistency back in the car. Because remember last year in the first ever season of Elite, my goodness me, he was battling in the top 3 positions almost week in, week out. So this season's been a bit of a shock for Slim. So yeah, hoping that he can find his form again, and I'd love to see him find his form, to be honest, because it's been a bit odd to see Slim battling in the midfield. Yeah, he has had some horrific moments. Of course, one moment in particular, which I hate to bring up. Well, actually, I do. I think it's one of the best moments I've said. It's the safety car in Singapore. I gotta say, it really tickled me. That did. I was very impressed with my professionalism.
The punctures in France, where he could have won that race, and was there one in Japan as well? There was a few punches from good positions, but the one in France really cost him a chance at challenging Sam Stiff for the win. I think he would have had that, no doubt about it.
Indeed, it would. I mean, some of the stats that you read on this season, of course, Slim's only had 2 podiums this season, which I have to rub my eyes to read that back, because we've got yellow flag and 3. But that is incredible, isn't it? How low podiums are. Remember, he was literally living on the podium, wasn't he, in season 1? So hopefully he can bring himself back up to it as well. And I gotta say, I'd love to see Slim in there. Back at the top, of course, we're on board with another man who, of course, who's had a very strong start to the season. Blaz did, but he's really tailed off in the second half of the season, which is a shame, really, because I was going, when we were talking about the awards and stuff, if Blaz had a strong second half of the season he did first, then he would have been in the running, wouldn't he, for rookie of the season?
He really would have. You know, I don't think he's scored a point since Italy. He's got a good chance today with 16 drivers, but yeah, man, the competition's got tougher as the season's gone on. You know, the first 4 rounds started rough. It was a tough first 4 rounds. The competition, the field has got tougher and tougher, and Blaz is qualifying is his main problem. That's been his main problem. Qualifying, not getting out of Q1 as he goes fastest, not getting out of Q2. He's a very good racer. Just sort of qualifying now. He tends, I don't know, he doesn't really like to pop on the soft tyres in a Q2 and go for glory in Q3. But I think he's a driver who, if he qualifies higher up, would have a lot more points than what he's on now. But I think he's going to be a good team with Jamie next season. I'm looking forward to seeing how those two get along. 2 very steady, consistent drivers.
Yeah, indeed. And of course, Jamie, halfway through the season, been tinkering around with the car setup, hasn't he? I think he turned traction control off, didn't he, from I think it was Hungary or something like that onwards. And next season he's definitely going to be a formidable man to formidable man next season, because he was in the title running, wasn't he, all the way up until the last couple of rounds. And of course, since that Hungarian Grand Prix win, he's gone a bit downhill. But I think that was due to the traction control turn off, wasn't it?
Well, they usually say once you win, the monkey's off your back. But the win's cursed, Jamie. It's a bizarre one. So many second places, so many podiums. First win in Hungary. Honestly, after Hungary, I thought he was going to kick on. I thought, here we go, Jamie's going to be right in the mix. You know, he's leading the championship. Seems to be in a really good groove, like what Deneen's been in since Hungary. But I know he's gone on to no traction control ready for next season. The T Sammy's out, so that's everybody through now to Q2. But yeah, bizarre one for Jamie. I know he's preparing for next season, like Nosey. Jamie binned it, and he's out. Talk about jinxing him. What about commentator's curse? I've just watched Jamie get on the gas too early. This is a classic no traction, and Blaz has gone as well. Or Blaz has just retired on track. That is a classic no traction control. It came out the chicane. It's really off cam. You got on the gas too early with no TC. You've gone. And I'm saying Jamie's practicing for next season on traction control, and that's not gone too well for him.
It hasn't indeed, and you're exactly right about Hungary. He hasn't had a podium position since Hungary as well. Up to that point, he's been on the podium 7 times up until Hungary, so that is incredible, isn't it? Similar with Blas, really, isn't it? It's just hang on well for the second half of the season. Just on board Flying Saucer, and as he's coming through the final part of the lap. And I also could, whilst I know I really shouldn't say this, but Q1 might be a bit of a dead rubber now in terms of, unfortunately, we've lost Jamie.
Please stay with us, guys.
But as Flying Saucer's gone faster still. But to us, I would say that this might be a blessing in disguise, because we can talk about next season as well, because I got to say, I'm rubbing my hands with glee. But what about the 3 guys coming up from Super? John Cox, not that bad. Are you racing? My goodness me, they're going to fit in this league like a glove.
Oh, Jonathan Cox looked great last time out. I like his helmet design. He's in the Merc next season. Jonathan Cox is a super qualifier. He's going to mix it up. Had a quali bad. Well, he got involved in that crash with Yor last week, didn't he? So he's just going to watch that racecraft a little bit. A bit more awareness about Jonathan Cox, but he certainly has speed and potential to win some races next year, as does RU Racing. Not that bad. Despite being the Super League champions, struggled a tiny bit since with the couple of races I've seen him doing Elite. Is he showing his true pace, or is he generally going to struggle? The jump up is tough. Knowlesy, the Super League champion from last season, jumping up, he struggled a little bit as well. It's with the Super League being Super League champions, a bit of a dark curse coming up into Elite.
I was going to say oh, sorry, Dave. I was going to say, apart from
Dan Murphy, Blaz have done well, not that bad. RU Racing certainly has done well in the races couple of races he's had in Elite League. He's going to be one to watch next season. Andy's also done a great job as well. So yeah, the champions of Super League seem to be the ones that struggle a bit.
Yeah, and the only person I can think of who's done really well in the Elite League is obviously, of course, Vanquish, the first ever Elite champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it? It's really odd. I'm hoping. I think that Not That Bad would definitely show his true form next season. I think that races like America and things like that, I think he was just kind of getting himself warmed up, ready for the Super race. Yeah. And of course, he's now wrapped up the championship now, hasn't he? And I think that's probably what his main goal was, probably just to make sure he gets that championship under wraps. And he might have just been trying out new things. So next season would definitely be the acid test, wouldn't it? For Not That Bad in Australia, of course, in January. I keep saying it because I gotta say that is on my calendar, marked with a big red marker pen.
Absolutely, and we've got so many drivers who are fantastic on 1 lap speed. TGG Navy, Jay Bradbury is Jacob, the most poles this season. Jacob with Jonathan Cox, great 1 lap speed. RU Racing showing some phenomenal 1 lap speed as well. Deneen's got better in qualifying of late. There are some super drivers out there who are brilliant in qualifying. We're going to get some mixed up grids next season. We're going to get some more chaotic races. This season really took off from Belgium onwards in round 6. Well, round 5, Spain was an absolute classic with the 3 leaders of Slim, Vanquish and Deneen racing hard for the lead, and that set the tone for the league, and it's been brilliant ever since. And I think next season, now with an established grid, established teams, the Constructors' Championship is coming back. It's going to be great, constructors and drivers. It's going to be tough to call.
It is, and I got to say that's a recipe you want for your esports, isn't it? And I tell you what, that's brilliant. It's a brilliant recipe, isn't it, for an absolutely delightful Wednesday evening, I should say. We're on board with BP because I've just seen Baptist in the chat, of course, the BP Army, and which I got to say is what the highlights of this season as well. It's not just been the track action, but it's been you guys, it's been the fans, it's been the comments, it's been the viewers. I mentioned about Dave's Barbie Army in a Spain, which was brilliant stuff as well. It was that great. I completely forgot about and Andy has gone in the wall. He's done a Vettel there, and that is a big old smash there as well. I mean, it looks like he just understeered into the wall there. Oh dear for Andy, of course, IRC legend in his own right, but yeah, that just shows that even the best can get it wrong around here. It's
that's a turn up. Ray, see Andy make a mistake and crash out like that. That's a rarity. 2-time Super League champion. That's a turn up. That's sort of taking away a Q2 at the moment as well.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's a big rare. On the point of the viewers, it's been amazing watching the viewer count go up and up each race. Of course, the BP army out there, yeah, Spain, Dutch Dave's army, get them all in for next season. We're going to be really touching nearly 1,000. There's a crate power at 134s, but absolutely amazing to have everybody watching and contributing to the streams. Of course, don't forget the website is live, and of course now with the draw in this last race, it will be updated after today with everyone's driver stats and lineup for next year, and the website will be fully operational from probably Friday onwards. Will be fully updated, so www.ircf1esports.com. Plug.
Oh, excellent stuff as well. And here comes Jordan, car 69 coming around the final couple of corners as well. And I got to say, I'm getting a bit nervous now. It feels a bit professional all of a sudden. But I tell you what, it is absolutely fantastic stuff. Exciting times. And remember, this will be the third season, which is incredible stuff of how it's just jumped. I was just really jumped to become absolutely phenomenal. And don't forget about Super as well. Super is just as Super as Elite, isn't it? Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Big step up next season as well. Super League's got some. It's losing the main three runaway protagonists, and it's gaining two really good drivers in T. Sammy Maxi and New Life as a reserve as well. That's going to be a really good league as well next year. It's an established grid now as well. Not many new drivers. Well, I don't think we've got any new drivers coming from out of field that haven't raced in IRC before.
No, I got to say, it's Super along with Elite. Next season, it's kind of like put your finger in the air and kind of who's going to win. It's going to be, it's at the moment, at this moment in time, you can't really pick a clear favourite, can you? And I got to say, that's what makes this league absolutely fantastic stuff. And of course, we've still got 5 minutes to go in Q1. Unfortunately, it's been a bit of an anticlimactic qualifying with T. Sammy, Andy, and Jamie all biting the dust, and Blaz and Dutch Dave. Navy Dave is has also decided to put their feet up for the first part of qualifying. But we should start to talk about this track. Really, it's not very popular amongst the drivers. I must say, there's a lot of grumbling going on when we race around Abu Dhabi. But I think we know your opinion, Dave. But what about this track that you dislike? And is there anything you do like about it?
No, not really. I just don't enjoy it. The thing is, everyone's saying Abu Dhabi, everyone's done anyway, aren't they? But especially if the season's wrapped up, it's like it is now with this. But to be fair to the elite drivers, they've always, and to most of the super drivers, they do want to do it, and credit to them. I hate this. I've never gone well around here. I've never found a setup. I just don't enjoy it. I don't know. The downhill S's in sector 1, good fun. It's just boring after that. The lap's just boring. It's just a basic Herman Tilke design. Too many runoffs. If you push those walls nearer, get rid of those runoffs and put the barriers right next to it, you'd have a completely different track. You'd have a much more exciting track, but too much room for error. I'm not a fan of it.
I got to say, especially up until when DRS came into this track, it was probably one of the most I never looked forward to it. Really. I did look forward to it actually in 2009. Then 2010, I was like, not really too keen on this. And of course, that was the infamous race where Alonso was checking out the rear of Petrov for most of the race as well. Well, no, I think that was the brainchild of why DRS came in the first place. But I'm kind of up and down on this track. I got to say, I'm with you. The first sector I think is brilliant, and with the S as well. Maybe after turn 3, but then really apart from that, yeah, it's kind of 90 degree right, 90 degree left.
There's not many. It's a good challenge. But the straights are probably too long. The overtakes are done and dusted by halfway down the straights. I'd say they're just too long. It's just not really a challenge. I like the day-night thing, cool. But as a driver, you don't really notice it anyway. You're too focused. But Andy says he's living up to his reputation of being terrible in qualifying. He is, my word. Andy's a driver that, if he qualifies high up in the league, he can be challenging for podiums. One podium this season, that was Japan, I'd say. Was it even Mexico? No, it wasn't Mexico. Recently, I know it was recently, wasn't it? Could even be in USA.
Yeah, it was, I think it was Mexico. Yeah,
it was Mexico.
in the Red Bull, as Jacob just pulling off the track there as he's retired. I was just about to say that Jacob hasn't really shown his true colours yet, has he? But my goodness, he has now, hasn't he? And as you said, that is one team I'm really looking forward to next season. I've got to keep bringing it up. The super qualifiers of Jacob and Jonathan, 14 pole positions between them. My goodness me. I think you already said it already, Dave, basically. I think that was basically going to be a front row lockout, isn't it, for the Mercs next season?
Front row. Crazy Power's qualifying them for this. Crazy Power's had a funny old season. The Italian driver... Really quick.
Oh, sorry to interrupt you, Dave. Flying Sods in a Haas has just come together at the final corner, and it's a 5-place grid penalty for Dan Murphy. I think he was trying to get out of the way, and it wrong-sighted Flying Sods, and that is a that's a bit of a shame. That is.
I've just seen it back. Let me watch that again. Dan Murphy on the racing line. Oh, and then yeah, I think Flying Sods is building up. Well, Flying Sods on an in-lap, isn't he?
Ooh,
I'm not sure what's happened there, but sort of like Dan Murphy panicked, saw McLaren's rear mirror, tried to get off the track. He's already on the curb, and unfortunately, Flying Sods picked the same way. They both went the same direction. I think the game has sorted the penalty out for the admins. But it's bad luck. It's bad luck on both. Bad luck on both. But the BP Army are back. Rick Hillman's. BP for the win. That'd be nice. BP, we'd great to see him finish on the podium. Great outing last time in Brazil. Did a great job in Brazil. Could have been on the podium. Jacob's pace in the end came through. Good top 5 for BP, but he's had an up and down season as well. Well, I say the Crazy Power, by the way. Great start of the season. 4 podiums in the first 5 races. And then just tailed away in the middle part of the season. He's come back strong again. To be honest, he was probably my vote for most improved, and I was outvoted. And Hillsrap is a worthy winner of the most improved, by the way. 2 wins this season. It looked really good when he's in racing. But Crazy Power, very consistent, very, very good driver. And if he improves even more next season, he could be a championship contender and a dark horse.
Yeah, I got to say it was very close between Hillsrap and Crazy Power, because remember Australian, him rocking up as Murphy goes 8th fastest. Him rocking up in Australia, and of course teammates to the awesome Vanquish, and my goodness me, he wasn't intimidated at all by it. It was a Ferrari one too, and Crazy Power raced absolutely beautifully on that track in that race, and I think I always remember that race, and just being so impressed with Crazy Power. He was brilliant stuff. But of course I think Hillsrap's brilliant driving in Monaco especially, I think, is what tipped the scales, I think, in Hillsrap's favour. And it will be great to see Hillsrap in a couple more races next season as well, because I've got to say that as you put there, Dave, he's another one that we could throw in the championship hat for maybe challenging.
Very consistent, doesn't pick up too many penalties either. Crazy Power. It's how he's got a few podiums this season, just keeping his nose clean, getting the podium. And he has battled Vanquish a lot this season. I was watching back through season reviews, and him and Vanquish, he was pushing Vanquish in a lot of races. Really taking it to Vanquish, showing it he can very much fight at the top. I'm stunned he hasn't won a race yet. He, BP, Lucas, TGG Navy, they're all overdue wins. Really overdue wins. I don't know. I'm curious to find out who's going to be the first to win out of those guys, because they're all going to be, and RU Racing and the 3 new guys in it next year, and karting for that matter, are going to be fighting to get their first elite wins. But I think Crazy Power may be next on the list to get his first win.
It's a bit of a sentimental point here, but it's great to see Carton back in the season. I was a bit disappointed to see him bow out, but it'd be great to see him back in. Hopefully he's recharged his batteries and he'll be back to his absolute best. And of course Crazy Power got a pole position, didn't he, in Russia? But unfortunately that was probably the worst place to have a pole position in Russia, isn't it? Yeah, he got absolutely swamped.
I think it was him and Denis on the front row were absolutely mugged and swamped off the line. I think Crazy Power was 6th by the end of lap 1. Yeah, that wasn't the place to start. T. Sammy does not want to take part in Q2. He is quite happy coming from the back. He'll be at the back with Dan Murphy with a penalty as well. Those two are still fighting for championship points, aren't they, in championship position? Crazy Power can get third in the championship, by the way. If he wins, I think Crazy Power, incredibly, will get third in the championship.
Oh yeah, so it's very good, especially if JB has a bit of an off race, which he, as we've said already, that he's struggled since Hungary. So it's definitely in there, isn't he? Crazy Powers. Jacob is kind of floating really, as if Hillsrap is not here tonight, so he's kind of floating in no man's land, really, isn't it? Flying Souls up into
the ground as well, as the midfield can still be can all change in the midfield. Blaz could get himself a very respectable top 10 finish in the championship with a good result today.
Oh my goodness me! Look at how close that is, Dave. BP 90 points, with Slim 88. Then we've got Lucas 74, 73 for Blaz, and 71 for Yor. And T Sammy is on 60 points back. My goodness me, that is going to be a fascinating battle towards the end of the season. Remember, it's all about pride, isn't it? There's no trophies for that part of the championship, but it don't matter to these drivers. It's all about finishing as high as you can. And
they all still want to win.
Yes, they all definitely still want to win, don't they? And I got to say, I think this race, it might have a bad reputation, but I am actually looking forward to this one because it feels like a bit of an end of the season feel here. Unfortunately, of course, with Vanquish not racing tonight, the championship has been decided, and I got to say a big congratulations to Deneen, and we'll give him a championship send-off tonight at the end of the program, which is well deserved. But of course, it feel an end of season feel, which means that I'd say that it's open for whoever can steal the march and maybe even produce a win tonight. Looking forward to it.
The gloves are going to be off, Sean. There's going to be a bit of. I don't want to see stupid racing, and penalties, if needs be, will be applied to Australia next season. These guys aren't going to get away with it completely, but it is, like you said, end of season feel. The gloves are going to be off. They're going to be nothing to lose. No one's got anything to lose out there. I reckon we're going to stick. Well, do you know what? I think Slim would have been made for this race. By the way, turn 1 is going to be fascinating, but all those cars going down the downhill chicane into turn 2 and 3 and 4 and the chicane, they're always getting in trouble in esports races, always. And I think that midfield, they're going to have to be well behaved, because I think we're going to see some trouble again.
Yeah, it's very perilous down there, isn't it? The rear end just you just lose it, don't you? And the problem is, because you're going so fast down there, you need to have superhuman reactions to save that one. So yeah, we'll definitely be keeping an eye on that one into turn 1. Into the first couple of corners. But I've got to say, turn 1's a bit of a well, it's not the most exciting turn 1 in the world, is it really? But after that,
which was a short run, literally 300 meters, if that, 200 meters into turn 1 from the start line, and blows the run off as well. But that downhill 3 and 4, there is I've retired there every single Super League race and never get the rear bolted onto the floor enough. And it's so easy to get caught up in an accident.
And just on board Blaz the moment, he's coming into sector 3 now. He's taking a bollard with him there, so obviously he's not keen on bollards at the moment. Blaz isn't, and you can see that he's just trying to get himself ready to go as well. We are going to be losing this qualifying session Q2. This is where it's now going to start to heat up now. I got to say, I can't believe we're already in Q2. We've me and David spent almost like half an hour talking about next season and how great this season's been. And I've got to say that is probably it's been fascinating, hasn't it? Really good stuff indeed. And of course, remember, you can watch every single race of the Elite League, which has been edited and well done by Dave as well on the IRC channel. I was going to say Super channel, and of course also the Super.
Hang on, I've not done every race. I haven't had a chance to, but up to round 13 Hungary. I'm going to start redoing them again soon.
We're on round 30 then, so we're very close, mine. I got to say, I was getting notifications every day, so I got to say it was a phenomenal effort. But up to round 13 Hungary, I think that's probably the. I think Jamie would probably like those races then there, to be fair, wouldn't he? But because he's had a bit of a horror show since then. But yeah, you can relive all the action up until round 13, and you can relive all the action fairly soon as well. To us, it might be something worth to watch on Christmas dinner, which is usually the time where season reviews are best viewed, aren't they? Yor has gone fast at the moment on a 34.9, a 35.2 for Deneen on the medium tyre. Of course, this is where the strategy comes into play now. We've got 11 to 14 for trying to sort out here at the moment. T Sammy has called it a day already, so he's got his feet up and he's enjoying himself here. Jacob there is well, I think he's in Rallycross, isn't he, Jacob, at the moment? So
as well for Jacob.
So that's going to be interesting to heat up.
Where did Deneen's qualifying paces come from? First half of the season, Deneen was not a good qualifier. That's one thing that let him down. And his starts let him down, but he's the third quarter of the season. Deneen's come from nowhere. It was by Hungary. He was a good 30 points drift in the championship. I really didn't think Deneen would be even champion. The turnaround he's had in the final 6-7 races in qualifying and race performance have rocketed him into a champion. It's been quite a dramatic turn of events for Deneen. I'm being super impressed with him. Well, he's worthy of a driver of the year.
He is indeed. I got because his first win was back in China, wasn't it? It was I was not really uneventful, was it, for China? But I think he called the strategy out to absolute perfection. I don't think his qualifying was that good that day, but
no, and he jumped the start. You got a drive through. Him and Jamie, I remember that one. Him and Jamie jumped the start. It went wet, dry, wet, and then the mass disconnection stopped that race early, unfortunately. But that was a good race, actually. Stamp just goes less than a tenth behind your good times on Blaz as well. That may get Blaz through. Well, it won't the mediums, actually. He'll have to go again. Good to see some soft runners in Q2. And Jonathan Cox goes fastest, miles quicker as well. 34.5, that's the quickest of the session so far. Good to see drivers giving it a go. They want some Q3 glory, making the likes of TGG Navy and Deneen think again that they might have to go out in softs. So it's going to be interesting.
It is indeed, and I've got to say, Jonathan Cox is showing his pedigree here, isn't he? As he's just going away. Yeah, of course, he had that incident in Brazil, which it did look a bit. It looked a bit clumsy, and of course, it's easy for me up here in the commentary box. The safety of the commentary box as well, because my goodness me, out on track can be brutal, which is why I'm glad I'm up here these days. But yeah, it did look a bit clumsy, and I think that Jonathan, when he gets he's a fantastic qualifier. I think wheel-to-wheel combat is just the one thing that it'd probably be his weakness, but if he gets that nailed down, my goodness me, he's going to be a scary driver, isn't he? So we've got Ferrari just well off track there. I think that's Crazy Power just visiting the fans and the yachts. We're on board with Lucas at the moment as he's just coming under the beautiful hotel, and as we now go into the final part of that, then as you see, there's a lot of 90-degree lefts and 90-degree rights now into turn 20 and at 21. And they usually have a sausage curb out there to stop the drivers from going over, but of course it's track limits as well, which will also can be a problem on the first couple of corners. So you just got to make sure you're accurate as well. Here comes BP then, as he's coming down into finish the second section now. Yellow flagged in 2 and 3. I think that was John Cox, who's just getting away then. Let's stay on board with the McLaren driver then, and now he's just about to finish his lap then as we come into the final section then. And a bit of a lock up there for BP there, but nothing too bad at the moment. You can see, look at the fuel light, it's flashing. He is ultra light, he is BP. He comes out out of turn 19, now into turn 20. Let's see what he's going to do. Yellow flags are floating again in sector 3. It might be guys just trying to get some space. Final corner now, and what is he doing then? You can see he straightens the car up beautifully well, and it's 6 fast at the moment. Very close to Blaz. I don't think that's enough though, Dave, to get themselves through there. We've got 6 minutes to go. Flying Saws is coming down the back straight now. We got 2 DRS zones around here, and Flying Saws is beautifully demonstrating for that for us now. Curious straight this is, isn't it? It's you lose a lane down there, don't you? So you've got to kind of keep yourself in the middle there. So it's a very unusual straight, I've got to say. As Flying Saws there, I think missed the chicane there, didn't he? And now coming up into the second DRS zone as well. And yeah, Dave is right. I think these straights are a bit too long as well. And the DRS zones are actually also activated very early on the back straights as well. Of course, past the support pit and dropping down into the final section now. Then, and you can see the lights are starting to take over here in Abu Dhabi. I got to say, it's a spectacular sight, isn't it? I got to say, there's you can get some really nice images, some nice screenshots of cars around here. It does make for a beautiful backdrop, but hopefully we get a beautiful race as well. And well, coming up fairly soon as well. We've still got qualifying though, and this is where the cars will be the fastest in the whole event. As we've just got BP forever. Yeah, so I would love to see the Dutch fans against Dave's fans against the BP's fans. I mean, that is gonna be cracking next season. Oh, I tell you what, Australia's gonna be a party, isn't it? Flying Sauce there is just going to start us up now. Here comes Jacob. I've got to say, next season he's gonna be great, isn't it? Anyway, but as Jacob there just goes over the chicane, he's had a problem somewhere, so he's gonna have to go again. Murphy is on track at the moment in the Haas there. I think he is just coming back in the pace. He's got a 5-place grid penalty for his misdemeanor earlier. I gotta say, it was I think he might have well, he should have probably been a bit more aware on the map, but it's very difficult though, isn't it? Because yeah, it does. The cars do fly around turn 19 and 20 very quickly indeed. So I do feel a bit sorry for Dan. And I gotta say though, he's had an incredible season, hasn't he, on Formula 1 2019. He's been impressive. He is a completely different driver, isn't he, to last season? Remember, Dan did race in the Super League last season, and he was a very decent driver. But this season, he is a phenomenal driver, isn't he? and I got to say, he does deserve his place in the Elite League. Just taking a look to see who else at the moment. Lucas is just starting. We're going to stay with Flying Sauce at the moment, as we were left behind there, as we were having a lovely shot of the chicane now. But IRC a shot of Flying Sauce then, as he is now just coming through the final few corners now. Then is once again. That was very close to a corner cut there, because corner cuts around here are very brutal indeed. Even the track extension as well. Then. Now then, this week we've got to get close to the wall, not too close, so you don't want to. And the back end there felt like it stepped out there for Flying Sauce. Final corner now, tickling the throttle beautifully. Then he comes across the line and he goes full fastest Flying Sauce. Track evolution around here will probably be quite steep. Here in Abu Dhabi, Lucas there is just tackling the chicane then as well. Crazy Power, and also Brad as well. Bradbury or Jacob. Let's call him Jacob for now. Lucas then also coming into we'll catch them all under the hotel. I think it's a bit of a sponsorship deal here, isn't it? We're just trying to advertise that beautiful Abu Dhabi hotel. As Lennon said, don't even want to start on softs. Ooh, so with Lennon, so I'm wondering then, of course, we haven't even talked about strategy, have we? My goodness me. We're getting so excited about the future. We also need to be excited about the here and now, and I certainly am. I think Dave will be as well, and I think all you guys should be at home, as it's going to be a fantastic race. There's Jonathan there is still at the top of the tree at the moment. He's a tenth of a second in front of Lucas, who is second. Lucas has just thrown himself onto the softs as well, and it's very interesting as well. Of course, Lennon just stated in the comments he doesn't want to start on the softs at all then. So the softs not a good race tire. It sounds it, doesn't it? But look at that. We got the top 10 all on soft tires at the moment. Crazy Power coming across the line, and he goes into 6 fastest on the medium compact tire. That's a good lap, isn't it, from Crazy Power? My goodness me. He is really throwing the cat amongst the pigeons on that effort. We've got, I've got to say, we have got a bit of a... well, I was going to say we've got a bit of a busy track, but we really haven't at the moment, have we? They're all in the pits moment. Got 2 minutes to go in this session. Jonathan thinks, I think that Jonathan will probably be safe. Lucas is probably safe as well. I figure when the 35s might feel a bit concerned, because look at how close this grid is. Incredible, isn't it? I was saying the 35 might be dangerous, and I think it is dangerous, isn't it? Stam in fourth position on a 35.0 there. We've got Blaz, who's done a 35.7. 7 tenths of a second separates 4th to 11th, and we haven't even had Jacob, who hasn't set a representative time yet either. A minute and a half to go, 90 seconds to go in this second qualifying session. This is to order from 11th to 14th, and this is also to decide on what tires to start the race on, which of course is all about that can be very important indeed. Lennon has just said if I go out I ain't bothered. So Lennon there is pretty chilled at the moment. There is he can enjoy qualifying with us, and Jacob goes third fastest. I gotta say I'm loving this. These two duel out, Jacob and Jonathan. This is going to be a preview for next season, isn't it? So yeah, fantastic stuff. Blaz is a 10th. Oh, Jacob's retired from the session. Blaz was a 10th for a second up there, and he's in the final sector now. Then let's see what he can do. He's 12th position at the moment. Blaz he's having a good showing here tonight. Blaz is good stuff, but unfortunately he is backed off this lap. He's going to have to I think he's going to have to have another. He's going to have to give it some welly now in the final, in his last attempt here. Crazy Power in the pits then. So Crazy Power is done for the session as I kick off my headset in absolute. I know Deneen there is currently. I'm not sure what Deneen's up to here. I think he's just testing out his steering rack, isn't he? Well, I'm not sure what he's doing here, but this is not ideal at all for Deneen. He's only got 10 seconds to go, and I'm wondering if he was just trying. I think he's timing. I reckon he's timing that to perfection. Actually, Deneen has. He wants to be the last man across the line. So yeah, he wants the best track performance here. So I think he was being a wily old fox there, Deneen is. So oh, good stuff indeed. As we're just watching BP now as he's coming down the back straight. And so we're going to lose 2 drivers here at the moment. I've got to say, Crazy Power's lap time is pretty decent, and so is Jacob on the medium tyre. And of course, I think both those men will be starting on the medium tyre, as will Deneen as it stands at the moment, and Navy Dave. Oh, big old lock up there for BP. So he's gone slightly deep into the chicane there, and Blaz there just behind. He's trying to steal a cheeky slipstream, I think, now Blaz is at the moment. And qualifying is done and dusted then. So the men who can't reply is Murphy, Crazy Power, Stam, Yor, Jacob, Lucas, and Jonathan, and Flying Sauce as well. So who is going to get knocked out here? This is going to get very, very tasty indeed, isn't it? Now the problem with Blaz has got is that he's under the dirt. He's in the dirty air now of BP. So he had that beautiful slipstream, but now he is going to be in the dirty air. He's going to have understeer, isn't he? I've got to say, BP is looking a bit wild on this lap, isn't he? As the back end is stepping out. And a lovely shot here. We're expecting the orange McLaren to fly by now. There he is. And where's the Toro Rosso? Just Lionel Stern at the moment. Into the final couple of corners now. 21. Where is he? Where is he? He comes around the final corner now. And he is. It's full fastest for BP. That was a lovely lap there.
Blas.
And Blas. Wow, where did Blas come from? Incredible time as well. He is in Q3. Or is he? I forgot to see. I've got to see about Dave. And he goes. Oh, he's still 12th in. Both hardstairs are out.
Top 12 separated by a second as well. That was incredibly close. Smallest margins, and a slight shock. TCG Navy is out, and I don't think Deneen improved, so I think he will start in the mediums as well. But Blaz in Q3, that's a lovely surprise.
It is, and well done to Blaz. He turns. He looks really up for it tonight as well, doesn't he, Blaz? He was shooting out the box as well, and I've got to say, he didn't get his first time run in, did he? But my goodness me, that second time was enough. Well, I say enough, just enough. Look at that. How incredibly close is that? T. Sammy was knocked out of qualifying. Lennon was as well, but Lennon was quite chilled about that, wasn't he? And he can have his feet. He can put his feet up now and enjoy the rest of the stream now for Q3. Navy in 12th position, and then position Murphy. But remember, he will be starting at 5 places back from that, so I think he'll be dead last, unfortunately. So our so the super top 10 then we're going through to the super pole position, and we'll be really looking forward to seeing who's going to get on pole position here. Can Jonathan get his first ever pole position in Elite then and start off strong for next season, or is Jacob going to get his 8th pole position this season? Wow, that is kind of that is almost history making, isn't it? That's incredible stuff from Jacob. As we quickly get the telemetry up and ready to go then. And I got to say, Dave, who's your prediction for pole position?
Well, are we going to get a taste of sorry, excuse me. Sorry. We're going to get a taste of the two teammates, Jacob and Jonathan Cox, teammates today, teammates next season. We're going to get a taste of those two on the front row for next season. It could very well happen. Crazy Power's a dark horse. Finished ahead of Deneen that last session on the medium tyres. Only a few tenths off. Crazy Power could be a dark horse. I'm going to go for... BP did a good run. Yeah, Lucas also did a good run. I'm going to say, I'm going to say Crazy Power.
Oh, excellent stuff, Ben. To be honest, it's very hard to look past Jacob, because Jacob did a phenomenal run on the medium tyres, didn't he? But if you remember back in America, Jacob there really put himself under a lot of pressure, didn't he? And I think he just about he does struggle to get his first run in, doesn't he? But you can never count out Jacob, can you? But yeah, Crazy Power looking strong as well. Maybe Blas could spring a surprise or two, but it looks like he might not have the pace for the sharp end, but it's great to see him in the top 10.
I think Blas will be happy being in the top 10. Whatever he gets out of this will be a bonus to Blas. This track is notoriously harsh on side-by-side actions. Blas and Stam and Lucas all going side-by-side, jostling for track position. This track is notorious for penalties, and that only means bad news for Jacob in the race, who wow, penalties have really cost him this season loads of time. So Jacob, if you can avoid penalties, could be a chance of winning this race, but he's got to overcome that problem, and this is a tough track to do it on.
Yeah, wasn't it Russia, wasn't it, where I think he got disqualified in the end, didn't he, Jacob did? And that one is very similar to this track in terms of design and also in terms of runoff as well. So yeah, I think that that is probably a chink in Jacob's armour. Is as we were talking about Jonathan's chink in his armour, I think Jacob's is just track limits and just trying to keep it clean and tidy. He has the pace. He just needs to keep on the straight and narrow.
It's a really huge chink in his armour, because he's a very much championship contender if he can sort it out. He's got to, there's major problems in the last turn. We've got Deneen, we've got the Toro Rosso, Lucas, Crazy Power, all had to really get out of it, start their final runs, and I think that's Blas right behind the back of Deneen trying to pick up a toe, who's stuck behind Crazy Power, so we had a bit of traffic there. But yeah, back to Jacob, it's a massive chink in his armour, because it could cost him wins in a championship next season if he doesn't sort it out. We know he's got the pace. He's one of the fastest racers in the world. He's one of the fastest in the top time trials in the top 10 in the world. He has the pace. Qualifies, he said, the most poles this year, but getting penalties in a race destroys it all for him. He's got to sort that out. If he does, he's gonna challenge Janine all the way.
Yeah, points means prize at the end of the day, doesn't it? You don't get any points in qualifying. I mean, it's great to be at the start of the sharp end, but if you can't finish at the sharp end, then it's really not. I gotta say, it's not really much point, is it? To be honest, just look at Hamilton this year. Hamilton hasn't had. I think his pole position. He hadn't had a pole. I remember there was a stat. He hadn't had a pole position since halfway through the season.
France, I think, his last pole position for Hamilton.
Yeah, that
before
was
Abu Dhabi.
That was incredible, wasn't it? And but that just shows that just kind of proves our point now, Dave, doesn't it? Really, that you need the points get handed out in the race. I know Jonathan coming across the line, and he is fast on a 34.6. He's very consistent on those 34.6s, isn't he, Jonathan?
I was going to say, I think he's done that in every session. I think we did it in Q2. Deneen, Crazy Power, and Blaz have been stuck together. I think their times are going to be identical. I think
it's not been ideal for any of these guys. Now. Crazy Power for second fastest. Deneen goes fast on a 34.6 there, and my goodness me, look how close.
Yeah, Crazy Power and Deneen like didn't move. Oh wow.
Okay, maybe. Well, I think that Jacob just threw the gauntlet down there, didn't he? Good and proper. And wow, I gotta say that is a phenomenal time. A 3:39. Wow, what is that man on? I gotta say, he must have a lot of energy drink in him, because that is an incredible time. BP, of course, Cass there saying BP Army. Well, BP is currently in the pits at the moment, along with Yor. So they're just getting themselves sorted out and ready for a final go in qualifying. Flights and 2. It's just everyone cruising back to the pits at the moment.
That time by Jacob is not getting beat. 33. That's quicker than my time trial time by like 2 seconds. That's ridiculous. That is just insane. That's a lap and a half. That's up there with the best. I'm telling you, that lap from Jacob's up there with the. Ooh.
I think Jacob was trying to cut the go. Basically, he was just trying to come back to the pits as quickly as possible. He overshot it, going off the runoff area, because there's a little jump.
They're all doing that. They're all jumping the first kick at the bottom of the hill as well. All of them are trying to take the optimal way back. But that time is up there with the very best in esports. That is a 33.9. It's phenomenal. And there's no. I thought he did it in the USA before Dutch Dave TGG Navy, incredibly, and got quality of lap of the year. Beat him on pole, but he's not here, and I can't see anybody getting near that. That was a monstrous time, isn't it, from Jacob? Incredible stuff indeed. So at the end of the first round of times, let's just go through the top 10, shall we? Jacob, as we mentioned there, a monstrous time there. He's on pole position currently. Flying Sauce alongside him on row 1. That's looking good, isn't it? Deneen, I see him crop up there. Good lap.
Good lap indeed from Flying Sods there. Deneen in third position, of course, the Elite League champion there. Brilliant stuff from Deneen there. He is in third. Jonathan in fourth position. Fifth position was Crazy Power. Sixth, Stam. Seventh was Blaz. And eighth was Lucas. Both Toro Rossos there on the fourth row. Good to see. We've got PP and Yor, who is just on an out lap at the moment. And they're just getting themselves sorted. Let's go on board with Yor, shall we? And he's about to start his lap now. But
tell you what, Sean, we haven't seen Jacob and Deneen go head to head this season yet. I'm just trying to think back. We haven't seen two of the probably outright quickest drivers on their day. We've seen Vanquish and Deneen go wheel to wheel. We've seen Vanquish and Jacob go wheel to wheel. We've not seen Jacob and Deneen absolutely go for it wheel to wheel yet. It'd be great to see as a finale showdown, a season showdown between those two, because I think that'd be a fantastic battle.
Oh, and I tell you what, that gets your juices flowing, doesn't it? To see Jacob and Deneen there battling out in the final race of season 2 of Elite League, and I gotta say, that'll be cracking stuff indeed. I'm quite surprised by that as well. Actually, I'm trying to think of when Jacob and Deneen have come into battle, but they've always been the opposite ends, haven't they? They've never been to the same part of the track, have they? Which is very interesting indeed.
Sorry, yours just finished his lap, so it's all on BP, the amount of flyer. You're just it's cut the corner, and his lap is done. He's going to have to stay with theirs and go again for another run, I think. So easily done round here. So for the BP fans, he's only man out there about to set a time. Let's see what he can do. Between second Flying Soz and Lucas, there's absolutely nothing in it. Half a second, so if he can find the smallest of margins, he's going to be right. Oh, is he backed off as well? He's cut it as well. So all of a sudden, BP really put themselves under a bit of pressure. They're going to both have to go again.
Yeah, that's not optimal at all, is it? That was a handful of Yours having a bit of a handful in turn 2. My goodness me! I tell you what, it was well held from Yor, because I would have been off into I don't know, Bahrain.
Bahrain, yeah.
Yeah, because that was incredible. That's incredibly scary. Turn 2, 3, and all that. Because I tell you what, there's a bit of jumps on here today. Isn't it? It feels a bit like horse racing as they're just jockeying over the curbs head. So
pitted, so he's going to put a fresh set of softs on. I wonder if BP will fancy a fresh set. They've got to get turned around quick. It's not a short lap. It's a 1.5 minutes. So they're going to have to have a quick turnaround. Your pits. So we've got Jacob back out there. Blaz going again. Blaz in 7th place. That'll be one of his best qualifyings of the season, as Rick Hillman says. Legend BP. Well, the pressure's on him.
It isn't. It is indeed, as Blaz there is just coming on the pit sign. He's let Jacob go, so Jacob is out there fairly early with 3 minutes to go. He could potentially get 2 runs in here if, well, probably might be able to. But Jacob there is just getting himself...
And Blaz right behind him, not wanting to overtake him. I think Blaz wants a nice tow from Jacob down the straights. Jacob will be getting a little bit frustrated here that he doesn't want the distraction of the toll in his mirrors, but now Jacob bolts. Can Blaz go with him? Blaz is on for a fantastic qualifying session for him, the Slovenian driver, as Jacob ran very wide. So both they go.
And that's not... sorry, Dave, that's not going to help Blaz, though, is it? Going into these sweeping couple of corners. That's going to be awful understeer, isn't it?
Awful. It's going to be horrible. It's bad enough as it is. The front end's washing away. In fact, Blaz is back right off already. Look at the difference between Jacob and Blaz. Just in sector 1, Blaz was right behind him going over the line. Look at the gap already. And there's a Williams and Deneen also out there coming up the pit. So he's about to start his final run now. But can Jacob improve? As Blaz is backed off, he's cut it. Everybody cutting that corner. We are going to see some penalties tonight. But can Jacob improve in that 33.9?
We're on board with Jacob now, just coming through the turn 9 and 10 chicane then. And of course, it's great to have you all along with us here tonight. Fantastic stuff indeed. And you've joined us at probably one of the best parts of qualifying. It is where everyone's at the quickest. The track is now rubbered in. This
Jacob's
is absolutely beautiful. He's up as well, so he's up coming into the final sector as well. I've got to say, when I was riding on board with Jacob in, I think it was America, and of course that wasn't even the fastest lap that day. It was breathtaking, it was incredible stuff, and we're back on board with him again here tonight then, and now we're just coming through to under the hotel section as well. That wasn't looking good at all there, was it? The back end was stepping out there, and now he's coming into the final couple of corners now, then coming into turn 20 and 21 there, and that might have been a corner cut, possibly. Well, he's carrying on though. And this is the final corner now, and oh my goodness me, it's a bit of a scrappy lap there, but look how close he was to nearly beating his time.
He could have improved by a couple of attempts if he hadn't made all those mistakes. Where's Blaz going to go? No, he's back right off, but wow, that could have been so much better. But look at the traffic. Blaz has got himself in a Ferrari, Deneen, Lucas just behind. Oh, this is going to be Blaz again going for a tow, but we're about to get some fun in the final 40 seconds.
We are indeed. So it's all or nothing now for these guys then. So that's it. Whoever crosses the line now, this is the last chance and the last shot to beat Jacob, which I've got to say looks unbeatable, but my goodness me, they've got to give it a good old go, haven't they? And on board Crazy Power then coming down. We've got yellow flags floating around. I think it's James Card going crazy. Is a 10th for a second up in the first sector. And now then he's coming into turn 7 and on to the back straight then. And let's see what he can do then. And we've got everyone as out there, I think so. It's only Jacob that is retired from the session then. Is Stam going to make it across the line? It's going to be very close. George made it across the line. What about Stam? And he has done it. It's great. We've got all of them out there. My goodness me, that was by the skin of his teeth there. He's on the perfect part of the track though, isn't he, Dave? You want to be the last man over the line, don't you?
His time perfection track is ramping up as well, because they're all improving in sector 1. What's Crazy Power's sector 2 time? It is just up. It's lost a bit of time, but small improvement for Crazy Power. I could see him on the front row of the grid. That's how close the timings are.
It's ridiculously close, isn't it? Look at that. He's on a 34.6 at the moment. A 34.5 will get him. Oh, there is a Toro Rosso right off the track in the background there. I'm wondering if he lost a bit of time there. It does depend on where you run wider on this track, doesn't it? And Crazy Power there just straggling the curb a bit there. And he's in the wall. He's in the wall. That's not good at all. And my goodness, the Williams almost went into him as well. Deneen there. Oh, what a shame for Crazy Power. He just understeered. That turn 19 is big. Oh, coming a bit from him. Deneen there was like, I thought he was race going straight on then. Blaser retired from the session as well. Deneen stays third fastest. And whoa, that Ferrari is just sticking out there. Lucas is second, an incredible lap there for Lucas. Incredible stuff. Flying Sauce.
Second improvement.
That is amazing stuff. What about Flying Sauce? Can he reclaim second? He does! That's amazing stuff. Wow, I'm loving this. And now we've got Jonathan. What can he do then? It's we got Blaser parked on the outside of the track there. BP stays down for this there. Oh, Jonathan Cox had to straighten the car piece down. He stays fifth fastest. And we got last but no means least is no, we haven't got Yor first. Yor comes across the line and he goes seventh fastest there. How about Stam? Oh, lovely bit of a where's that?
He right up. Where did he go?
Oh, second fastest. I thought he got pole position there, David. That was an incredible time there.
Wow. So the Greek drivers have come to the fore late on, but that was behind Jacob. In fact, look how close Stam got.
Oh my goodness me. I gotta say, that was an incredible lap there for Stab, wasn't it? My goodness me, and a proper good lap. Jacob on pole position for the 8th time this season. That is incredible, isn't it? Second is Stam. Brilliant lap there from Stam. It was all or nothing. Last one across the line, he judged that to perfection. And we've got another Greek, a Flying Sauce in third position, and Lucas in fourth. Great to see Lucas up there again, isn't it? Really look forward. Big things to come for Lucas. Dunedin, the champion, in fifth position with Jonathan in sixth. Crazy Power seventh. You're in eighth. Blas in ninth. And BP is in 10th position then. Oh my goodness me, that grid is set up beautifully for the race then.
Oh, so close as well. That's an incredibly close grid. Well, Jacob, can he get off the line? A penalty's going to cost him again. New life on the comments saying Greek Army. Jonathan Cox happy with sixth. I don't know what CG is talking about. And of course the BP Army out there as well. This could be a really good race. I presume it's dry. I've never seen a wet Abu Dhabi race.
There was a sprinkler of rain, was there, in the 2018 one, wasn't it?
Last year, yeah, last year's sprinkle of rain. Which was the only excitement as that race got.
Do you know what is it? I must admit, I was sitting there, I think it was half distance the rain started coming down, and literally for the rest of the race I was saying, come on rain, come on rain. That was the only thing that was going for that race. I think it rained in Bahrain very slightly in 2012 as well. They only have 12 days of rain in Bahrain. I must admit, I love that stat. I have to say it every time because it just, I think it's amazing. Anyway, enough about my useless stats for tonight. We're going to get onto the race in just a few moments' time as well. And I got to say, this race is, we would love to have a showdown between Vanquish and Vanquish and Deneen, but we got the next best thing because this now is celebration, isn't it? The gloves are off, as Dave said earlier, and I got to say that this is going to be an incredible battle, isn't it? It's now about pure speed, isn't it? It's not about the long game anymore. It's not about the championship. This is about being who's the best on this day. And at the moment, Jacob is the best in qualifying, but can he be the best in the race? Murphy, of course, a 5-place grid penalty for being a naughty boy in qualifying, so he is down in 16th position. But keep it on, Murphy. I got to say, his racecraft this year has been at second to none. I got to say, him and Fizzy have been really good this season for racecraft. Really impressive stuff indeed. So let's just quickly go through the grid, shall we then? As we've got 28 laps around this Abu Dhabi Grand Prix, and on pole position is Jacob. He's on the medium compound tyre. Alongside him is Stam. A quality lap from Stam. He got within a 10th of a second there from Jacob. Brilliant. Flying Stars in third position with Lucas in fourth position. Deneen is fifth, our champion, and I think it's a celebration for Deneen today. An absolutely worthy champion as well. Brilliant stuff. Sixth position is Jonathan Cox then, of course, making his third appearance in Elite tonight, and hopefully he can have a much cleaner race than he did last time in Brazil. Crazy Power in 7th position. 8th position is Yor with Blas in 9th position, and 10th position is at BP. Navy is in 11th position with Lennon in 12th position. He just wanted to stay well away from the soft tires, didn't he? T Sammy in 13th position. Andy, well, it was an early exit for Andy, wasn't it? Hopefully we'll see more of him in the race today. We got Jamie in 15th position, and at 16th position is Murphy. So we got a mixed bag out there for tires, haven't we? Listen to this, is basically split down the middle, isn't it? Jamie, Andy, T Sammy, Lennon, and Navy, Crazy Power, Deneen, and Jacob are all on the medium tires. Everyone else is on the soft tires. Well, I love what the strategy's split down the middle like that, because it basically shows that no one knows what's going on out there at the moment. I remember next season, for season 3, a Stam there is really giving it some welly there out of turn 19. Remember, next season everyone would have had a season's worth of racing under their belt, so next season is going to be even more fraught, even more closer than it has been this season. And my goodness me, can it get any closer? Well, we're going to find out next season, aren't we? We've got a couple of
I think Jacob's going to be the filling of an interesting Greek sandwich. I hope he's got a knife to get through that pit of red, because 3 group drivers on the soft tyres, Jacob on the mediums, Stam, Flying Swords and Lucas are going to get launch. He could be a sitting duck going into the first lap. Elbows out, Jacob. Hopefully not too much. This is going to be fascinating, Sean.
It is indeed. Hold on to your hats, everyone. This is going to be fantastic stuff. And look at that. That's a beautiful sight, isn't it? As we have got 5 sets of lights going on. When we go out, we'll be racing in Abu Dhabi. And it is go now. And look at the revs go on. And now we're out. And away we go here in Abu Dhabi. And that is a cracking start. Look at him. And look at the Greek drivers already through. Lucas is already on the inside, but he has to back out. And Jonathan Cox are cutting the first corner there. Jonathan has gone into... Oh, no. Deneen is out of the race. Jonathan is out. No, Deneen is still in the race, but Jonathan is out of the race on the opening lap. Stam leads. Lucas second. Third position is Jacob as they come down into it. Oh, my goodness me. And they're all over the show at the moment. BP is over the 5th position. Lennon up into 6th. Fantastic driving for Lennon, but there's a bit of some bumping and grinding going on there as Lennon is now in the 6th position then. Wow, what a start it has been here in Abu Dhabi. But my goodness me, turn 1 there. The champion Deneen down in a 15th position already. Look at them all. It's like a training car time. We've got Stam leads, a cracking start there. Lucas up into 2nd. Fantastic stuff.
End of the season, I'm going to say, come on, Lucas. This man was robbed in Hungary, he was robbed in Belgium. Is this his moment to finally win his first ever Grand Prix? Is it Crazy Power's moment? Is it BP's moment? Is it Stam's moment? Is this the race with Deneen out the way and Jacob down in 3rd, that they can win their first races?
Oh my goodness me, Murphy was a meat in the sandwich there, and he is up into 11th position, but it was like a pinball in between those two there. Co-Andy is up into 12th position now, and Jamie in 13th position, but I'm wondering if Murphy there is through, and I'm not sure what happened there. There is a yellow flag. As Blas was it, yeah, Blas went off. Jamie's gone off the track as well then, and he has dropped down to 12th position as well then, as they go under the hotel, and Blas there almost, I think he was having a look, I think he might have just been showing his nose there, and look at that, Murphy's up into 9th position. Sam set the fast lap the race, of course, that's the opening lap. Flying Sauce is in the pit, I think he's in the pit.
And, there's Navy in as well, so the guys in the soft tyres are absolutely flying, and Jake will be happy to have Crazy Power as a bit of a buffer behind him, because BP and Yor are both flying on their softs as well. But we've got a great battle up the front. Lucas was denied by Yor in Belgium, denied by Jamie in Hungary. Oh, what a chance for him with Jacob now looking racy, and BP about to be passed by Yor.
I gotta say, that was a very opportunist move there for Yor. He did force BP off the track there slightly, and BP...
front wing damage.
He is, and he's... Oh my goodness, he's parked in the middle of the track there, and my goodness me, that definitely woke some drivers up there. I'm not sure what happened there to BP. I think he was about to go into the wall, and then he just came back on track.
He had front wing damage. I think that was more of a rage front wing damage. I want to get out of this track. Track wouldn't let him. Codemaster said, no, you're not. And that's the end of the season for BP. That's a shame. Could be in for a podium. Lennon up to 6th place. And look at the battle at the front.
Oh, this is getting very good indeed. Crazy Power just 8/10 of a second back as well. Stam, Lucas, Jacob, all within the same shot then. And the marshals are in 10th as we are as well, as we're flying into the final sector now then. And I gotta say, Stam there is really, he had a quality qualified, didn't he? And now he's shown he's good in the race. But my goodness me, that is going to be an awful lot of pressure on Stam's shoulders here as we come through the complete lap 2 then. And I gotta say, the big winner, and that was definitely Murphy. He's up 9 positions, hasn't he? Is a misdemeanor in qualifying. He needs to put that completely to one side. Fantastic stuff from Murphy there. Jacob set the fast lap of the race, and this is oh, look at this, and Jacob's got 3-second penalty then. And we got a group, we've got 2 groups of 2 battles here then, and that's Stam, Lucas, Jacob, and then we've got Crazy Power. Oh my goodness me, Murphy there is wasting no time. Stam's gone off the track. Oh my goodness, and he comes back on. Lucas is having a look, but
wait for the DRS, Lucas. He's got to wait for the DRS, or he'll be sitting duck. Where's he gone?
I think he got wrong-footed by Stam, didn't he there? But luckily he did get a penalty there, so I think that was well played from Lucas, because now he's still in the... good point there, Dave. I didn't even think about the DRS. It's now open, and here we go then. And now look at this, and the power of the DRS around here is pretty ridiculous.
Go on, Lucas.
He's up the ends, he's on the outside, he's going to go through, is he? He is through as well. Remember though, Stan will get DRS in the second part of the straight now. But Lucas there is just pulling away there, he's flying away. That is incredible traction there from Lucas. My goodness me, he's got the bit between his teeth, hasn't he? Jacob's under a lot of pressure though from Crazy Power. Crazy Power is all of a sudden coming to his own here in this race then. And so then Lucas leads, incredible. Second position is at Stam, third is Jacob, then Crazy Power, Lennon. Wow, that was an incredible front six. That is incredible. Murphy is 3 seconds back as well.
Murphy's made a mistake. Murphy made it, I think, off the road. He was right behind Lennon. Now all of a sudden he's in the clutches of Andy. He made a mistake.
Oh, so that's not good at all there for Murphy. What is good though is Lucas. He's leading the race there. We're only on that 3 though, everyone. So hold on to your horses. This is going to be great. And look at that shot. That's an incredible shot, isn't it? Coming through the final couple of corners. Look at that. The first 6 are in the same shot. This is incredible. This is what I want to see. This is just a preview for next season as well. So this is going to be fantastic stuff, isn't it? And look at this. Stam is all over the back room like a bad suit as we go into turn 1. And my goodness me, Dave, this is fantastic.
Yeah, and no penalties for Jacob yet, is he? Honestly, I thought this would be a race where Jacob would have...
My goodness me.
He gone? He was off the road, but he's got back on. Stam penalty. Penalties are going to start playing in. Jacob still hasn't got one. Is he learning? But I thought Jacob was gone then.
I thought he was in the wall, to be honest. I generally was. I was bracing myself for a big impact there, but Jacob did a fantastic job there. I got to say, he was bouncing up and down. Stam is now gaining on Lucas then. Look at this then. Lucas has got onto the inside track there, and Lucas there beautifully did. That is cracking defending, isn't it? Stam will get DRS again in the second part because the detection zone is around here. Now he'll have another crack then. So Stam.
This is the trickier overtaking zone now. This is. If Lucas is wide, and he is, he's defending that inside. Make Stam around the outside. It's a tricky entry point into this corner.
This is incredible. 6 cars within a tenth of each other. 2 tenths of a second separates Lucas and Stam. 5 tenths of a second between Jacob and Stam. Crazy Power further half a second back as well. This is incredible. Leonard, don't forget about Leonard. He's in 6th position as well. 4 tenths of a second away. My goodness me.
He's done it.
Oh, what's a cracking time. Where's Crazy Power? Crazy Power's back on the track there, but you're still pushing on the outside then. Make sure they don't understeer into the wall here then, because that wall's already claimed a lot of drivers, hasn't it? And I gotta say, that was very opportune.
You're the driver. We saw it in the USA, didn't we? And Brazil. He overtakes in places where you just don't see cars overtake. And he was at it again on Crazy Power. Caught Crazy Power sleeping. Thankfully for the Italian, he managed to react in time.
Unfortunately for that though, Crazy Power's lost the second now, so he's out of DRS zone of Jacob, whilst Jacob is really on the gearbox now. Stam, and my goodness me, I've got to say I agree with you. I love watching your overtakes. Some of the takes in the USA was amazing. They were a bit argy-bargy, weren't they? But my goodness me, there were some cracking overtakes. Jacob now all over the back of Stam at the moment as we come onto the back straight then. And where is the soft tires going off now, Dave, or is it just Jacob finding his feet?
Just going to say, I think Dan Murphy's starting to see the pain of the soft tyres. Stam is as well. The medium tyres, as you're on Crazy Power.
So you're up the inside. He's got track position here. Lovely shot here on the rear wing. No, that was a beautiful shot as well. Crazy Power is trying to position him nicely. Then going into the second straight there. But you're absolutely beautiful defending there. You killed the momentum with Crazy Power. But Crazy Power still has DRS. But Crazy Power needs to be more concerned about that pink panther behind him, which is Lennon. And Lennon there who's weaving this way and that way. But
Andy's got Dan Murphy. Andy's coming in. Watch out for Andy, 3 seconds back to the battlefield. This is hurting Jacob. He was wanting to get out away at the front of the field. He would have wanted this race to himself, but now he's got Crazy Power, Lennon and Andy all...
Sorry to interrupt you there, Dave, because that was a bit of a day late and a dollar short there from Jacob and Stam. I'm not sure if you've seen that, Dave, but I think that that was a bit optimistic to say the least there. And now...
Jacob's got damage.
Has he got that? Oh, he has got damage.
Yes, he has.
Oh, that is not good for Jacob there. I feel that...
Oh my word, that changes the whole complexion of the race.
I feel...
5 seconds penalty, but that has changed the whole complexion of the race. Now we could have a new winner. Or can you all do it? But look, Lucas, Stam never won. Crazy Power never won. Lennon, Andy have never won Elite League races. Dan Murphy. Oh, we're surely going to get a new winner here. Surely.
Oh, no! Stam is off! Stam is off! He has damaged the car. That's out of turn 3. And that is a huge amount of damage as well. Oh, no. Poor Stam then.
What a race! What a race! What a race! So yours binned it. Surely this is playing into the hands of Lucas. Surely it's his time. And Lennon on Crazy Power. Lennon, look at him go!
Well, he's flying down the inside there. He's up to third position. Lennon's got a bit between his teeth there. Jacob, I feel, might have thrown away the race with that optimistic move there. Stam is dropping down the order as well. That's another man that potentially ruin his misfortune there. Lennon is in the box seats on the medium compound tyre, remember, and he is now going to be gaining on Yor and Lucas, who will not have the tyres which are optimal for this race, I would say, at this moment in time. As you can see, the artificial lights are starting to take over.
Your penalty, that's crucial. Lucas hasn't got one. Yor, who looks mighty quick on those softs, they're not getting to him, are they? But he's got a penalty. Stam is done. Lennon and Crazy Power and Andy, they are in a great position right here. This is going to be great. Surely this is playing into Lucas's hands.
I gotta say, I think that Lucas would be absolutely loving life out there. He's 8/10 of a second as
Here comes the penalty to Jacob.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's a shame now for Jacob, isn't it? As he was looking, and Deneen getting a penalty as well. Of course, our champion now, and I've got to say, Crazy Power is now all of a sudden all over the gearbox of Lennon. It's swinging this way and that way. It's like a pendulum out there on lap 7. We've had all sorts going on here in this race. There, who would have thought it? Lucas is still leading at the moment, but my goodness me, the challengers have fallen by the wayside for Lucas. Fantastic stuff.
They cannot. As Lennon and Crazy Power cannot afford to get in a big battle and get themselves damaged. They have to stay together and work as a team to keep that gap down to 2 seconds between Lucas and Yor, because their tyres are going to start going very shortly.
They are indeed, and I got to say, we got Danino just moving up the grip position. At the moment. Stam is right at the back now. He's got the medium tyres. Yor is going to have a look. He is down the inside, and he is up the inside. He is through and past Lucas. Lucas will have DRS, so he needs a good run, and he didn't get a very good run in there at all. As you can see, he's on the curb there. That's not ideal at all. As you said, though, David, it's a very difficult opportune place to overtake around here, and he's too far back anyway. I feel it's a poor bit of traction there out the chicane there. Lennon is a second away at the moment. Crazy Power is still matching him at the moment, and we've got Jacob.
And there's Andy, just 2.4 off. My word, he started at the back as well. Let the 2 Pink Panthers have charged through, but do not forget, Lucas will know Yor has a 3-second penalty. Just stay under his gearbox. That's all he's got to do.
And Stam getting another penalty. Flying Sauce is on the outside of Jacob, and he is through. That's a great move there from Flying Sauce, and that's fantastic. But Jacob's going to go running up the inside. Wow, good move there.
Oh, yes, he is. Lucas is the first to jump, so he wants to do an undercut on Yor. Sensible. But now, this is where Lennon and Crazy... Excuse me, it's where Lennon and Crazy Power now have to get the foot down, as Yor ran wide out of turn 1, and he's struggling down the hill. He looks like his softs are screaming at the moment.
Oh, this isn't going to be good at all. And of course, Lucas there is going on the medium tyres. Then is that a 2-stopper now, Dave? Or do you think that he can get those medium tyres then? That's 20 odd laps on them. 20
laps. It's good. That's tough going. And he's in traffic. Is he in traffic? That's going to be close. He's just ahead of Navy, just out of TG Navy. That was crucial. Now he's got to get on it. You'll surely respond. I'm not sure what Dan Murphy's going to do. He's trying to fight off Jamie, who's fighting back. And Jamie down the inside. Dan Murphy for 5th place. That's a lovely move by Jamie. Hello, where's this been? I know. See Jamie back up. Won the most consistent award, and Dan Murphy may have DRS back on him though. And Jamie's not far behind Andy. Andy's right behind. Crazy Power made a mistake, Sean, because Andy's right behind him.
Oh dear, and that's not good at all for Crazy Power, is it? I know Jamie just about keeps Murphy at arm's length at the moment then. And oh, well, goodness me. And Lucas there, that might be the call of the race there, coming in the pits there. But not only that, he got out in front of Navy as well. That is absolutely judged to perfection there from Lucas. Brilliant stuff. And that's what you need. It's not just about being the fastest, it's about the strategy as well. And that is definitely going to play into the hands of Flying Sauce and Jacob are on an incredible battle for 10th and 11th position out there, aren't they? My goodness me, they're flying backwards and forwards. And they're battling away, and Jacob is now through and up into 10th position there, so he's back in the points.
So he's responding to Lucas. What? Lucas has been flying out there. I've been looking at the sex times. Crazy Power. Lennon leads the race for the first time in Elite League racing, and it's a racing point, first and third. They both start at the back of the grid. They have charged through with all the chaos. Crazy Power now fighting. We're getting a racing point 1-2. It could be Lennon and Andy leading the way very shortly.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to get a new winner here, Sean. I'll be stunned if Yor wins this. But who are we going to have? Is it going to be Lucas? Is it going to be Lennon? Crazy Power? Andy? One of these guys are going to win their first race. I can feel it.
And this is exactly what we want going into the new season. Absolutely phenomenal stuff. Lucas got out. Oh, we got Jacob's gone. Jacob is gone. It's coming out of turn 3, and that's a big old smash there. It's the perilous turn 3, which we mentioned in qualifying, and Jacob is done and dust. That's on Pulse here gone, and Crazy Powers all over the back of Co-Andy. Co-Andy, an IRC legend in his own right, and he is now battling with Crazy Power, who's done a fantastic job. Look at him push him on the curve. My goodness me, they're both not giving an inch. This is great racing, fantastic stuff. Crazy Power is still in second position. My goodness me. Oh! So I thought you spun it there. I'm sorry, Dave.
It's okay. I thought, Andy on the outside? Surely not. Surely not on the outside.
Well, Crazy Power is not going to let that happen, was he? My goodness me. And well, this is allowing Lennon to stretch his legs a bit now. He's up to 2.5 seconds at the moment. Brilliant stuff from Co-Andy. It's all over the back road like a rash. He wants to get by. And oh, there's contact. I think there's damage.
Damage for Andy. Oh no, what a shame. What a shame. He's missed the pits as well. He's going to do a whole lap. That first sector is going to be a nightmare for Andy. Crazy Powers let him go, I think.
Yeah, and do you think that was battling a bit too hard for both these drivers there, or was it racing?
The season gloves are off. They both enjoy it, but Lennon, this is playing. Can Lennon win his Crazy Power? Oh, he's gone. And Jamie off to third place.
Oh my goodness me.
Wow, this is and Lucas right behind T Sammy. He won't be held up by him, but T Sammy's gone in the wall now.
Oh no, T Sammy is out of the race. Oh my goodness me, they're falling like flies at the moment in this incredible racing.
We said it. Sector 1 is catching everybody out. I'm surprised there's no safety car for that, but yet classic down the hill, not enough rear downforce. T Sammy was in the wall, just giving him the commentator curse. But who's that? Who's that? Who is that going facing the wrong way? Deneen under pressure from this is unusual. Deneen 9th and struggling to keep Stam and Blaz behind him.
It's not going at all well, is it, for our champion? And Jamie having a look down the inside, but Co-Andy there damaged that front wing. It is a Pink Panther 1-2 at the racing points, great stuff, but unfortunately Co-Andy has been compromised. Stam is back up into 9th position, so he's got by Deneen. He has come back through the field after damage to his front wing.
You're Lucas absolutely nose to tail. You're still got that 3-second penalty hanging over him though. This could be the outright battle for the lead. Because they are reeling in the leaders, by the way.
Very well done indeed. Yor is on the medium tires. He's not on the soft, as you might see at the moment. So that is just a classic Codemasters stunt. So yeah, Yor is on the medium tires. But yeah, this is very, very interesting indeed. There. The question is, will those medium tires go to the end? Then strategy is up in the air, and that's what we love at the moment.
Going on, so is he protecting his teammate Lennon? They're good friends, and I just want a little bit of team orders here from well, not team orders, but team sportsmanship, helping Andy, helping out Lennon, because Jamie's losing a bag of time. Oh no, Lucas penalty. They're even killed.
It's a harsh penalty as well for Lucas. I think he just drifted slightly wide at turn 1, and that was it. It can be a bit brutal around here sometimes. So this is the battle for the
bad news. The bad news for Crazy Power fans. I don't know why, but he's putting mediums back on, which means he'll have to stop again. Is he two-stopping? Is he committing to a two-stop then? But surely he would have gone soft sauce, just ahead of Flying Stars. But he's definitely going to have to stop again because he's had mediums on already.
And Yora's going to go to the inside of Lucas then. He is through and up into 4th position then. He passes Lucas and Yor is on his way then. But, well, will he be on his way? Because we've got DRS on the second straight there. And we're on board then with Lucas then, the Greek driver. And look at him, he's gaining. He's out of the slipstream. He's on the outside. Is he going to be through? Yor is going to be battling away. Where are they? Oh, my goodness me. And Yor is still in front there. I tell you, sometimes this track can produce some great racing, but I tell you what, that second straight there can produce some great side-by-side action. But yeah, interesting about Crazy Power there, Dave. And I'm not really sure what to make of that, to be honest. Oh, is it Yorda getting a bit out of shape there, and then now Lucas is going to be right on his gearbox there as he comes into the final couple of corners. But Crazy Power to the second stop on the medium tires. Do you reckon that was a mistake there, or was that a part of his game?
Well, it's an alternate strategy as Andy now finally gives up the ghost. He's given Lennon a lovely lead over Jamie though, but I don't know. Let's see how quickly these tyres degrade for the boys at the front. Because the thing is, he's going to put on softs, which can be mighty quick. Probably 2, maybe 3 seconds quicker than Yor and Lucas by that point in the race. Andy going on to hards. He's definitely going on one stop. So, well, I don't know. You know what, Sean? I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't call this one, mate. This is a tough one. Will it work out for Crazy Power? Was it a masterstroke? Because his pace is rapid. He's rapidly catching the back of Dan Murphy again. He's pulled away already over Flying Soz. This is interesting. Lucas, by the way, cannot get back up to your, can he?
No, he can't at the moment. Yor is catching at arm's length at the moment, but Yor has looked the quicker driver so far in this race. But we ain't even half distance yet. My goodness me, we're only on lap 12 out of 28, and at the moment, then the gap at the front between Yor and Lennon is only 8 seconds. Lennon's got a 3-second penalty, and oh dear, that's not going to be good at all. Has Jamie got a penalty? I can't remember if he had one or not.
I'll check in a minute for you, buddy. It's going through the commentaries on YouTube. Jonathan Cox says went wide at turn 1, tried to correct it, the Williams put to the wall. To be honest, there was a big old sandwich in that midfield. Rick Hillman says RIPPP. Yeah, that was not good for him. Demetrius says Yor is with father. Eric Barnes, Physical, of course. Evening chaps, top commentary as always. Thank you very much, buddy. Demetrius says pat. That's some Greek I can't read. You will dominate, mark my words, says Demetrius. Well, now the flag's out in sector 3. Who's that for?
Just having a quick look, as everyone looks like they're pointed in the same direction, more or less. There's Jacob's F session, unfortunately. Then the man who's so good at qualifying, but unfortunately the race.
Who's that? Flying Soz.
So Flying Soz is back in the pits. Then only 11 laps on the medium tyres. Then let's see if he's got wing damage there, because that feels a bit too short for the tyres.
Sure. Jamie's got a 5-second time penalty for exceeding the tracks on lap 1.
That's not
and
good.
Another 3-second penalty on top of that. So Jamie is sadly not in the podium picture, and Lucas are right behind him now.
No, indeed, yeah, they're catching him hand over fist then. That was interesting there, because we were just watching Flying Soz come in the pits, and out they've only done 11 laps on these medium tyres, and so that tells me that Yor and Lucas has to pit again, surely. And look at this then, as Jamie is now under pressure then from Yor. Yor would have liked to have got by him at the end of that straight there, but oh my goodness, there is that Jamie.
Crazy Power on the back of Dan Murphy. Dan Murphy, I don't think he's going to fight this one too hard. Crazy Power's got some serious. Has Crazy Power pulled the right stunt here? He's 12 seconds back from Lucas now, who they may all have to stop again.
And Yor
past Jamie. Ooh.
Oh my goodness me, that's perilous, isn't it? And Stan's got a penalty, and then Lucas was so close to the wall there. My goodness me, you can fit a cigarette paper between himself and the wall there. But yeah, Jamie there is staying out. But I gotta say, Lennon's in the pits. And it's now Yor retakes the lead. I think that these tyres cannot do anything more than the 13 laps by the looks of it, Dave. I mean, they're really struggling. Lennon's on the hard tyre, so that is a one-stop strategy. And he should be going to the end of the race from now. Crazy Power has just set the fast out of the race. I'm really intrigued by this strategy from Crazy Power. I reckon he might have pulled a blinder here, Dave. I wasn't saying that about a couple of laps ago, was I? But I changed my mind quite quickly. JB.
Let's safely assume that Yor and Lucas will definitely have to pit again. Crazy Power left to pit again. He's 10 seconds. He's got to put in the laps of his life now to get back up to the behind Yor and Lucas, and then put the softs on.
And then Lucas is past Jamie and moved up into second position.
So this Jamie's as Blaz picks up another penalty. Blaz is. Race has gone wrong somewhere. Lennon passing Dan Murphy. So Lennon on the hard tyres, who hasn't got to stop again, is just a second behind Crazy Power. What is this Lennon's race? Who's got the strategy bang on here? So I think strategy and the driver's decision, of course, the teams don't decide it, the drivers all decide it themselves. Who's called this race right? Who's driven the perfect race?
And we got your flag in 1 and 2. Then just taking a look to see what's going.
Blaz is gone.
Oh, Blaz is there. I think that's the middle of the track there. No, I think
no points since Monza.
No, he's doing some really good donuts there, I've got to say, Blaz. So I think
the fans there, money's worth.
I've ended season donuts there, but unfortunately 14 laps too early for Blaz's point of view. But I think Blaz overall, I think he'd be moderately satisfied with his season. But as we mentioned before in qualifying, that if his second half of the season was like his first half, then he had a quality season. So, but yeah, I think it was very good fist of the first season, and I really look forward to see what I could do with the in the next season, of course, season 3. Because Blaz is a bit of a slow burner in terms of getting himself settled in, isn't he? But when he does get himself settled in, my goodness me, look at last season. It was incredible, wasn't it? Consistent. He was just banging in podiums, wasn't he? He was always there or thereabouts, Blaz was. So yeah, I think
he'll have his day next season. He'll have his races. He'll be up there. I think all these drivers will. Look what's happening right now. Deneen's had an absolute nightmare. Oh my! Can you imagine if Vanquish was racing tonight? Oh, imagine if Vanquish was at the front and Deneen had that start he had in the wall, and all the penalties he's now picking up. He should still score a point, but if Vanquish was leading the race, he'd be champion as it stood. But sadly, we were denied that. But Yaw is absolutely racing away from Lucas now. His speed is just stepped up another gear, and Lucas is surely not 3 races this season. He's going to be cruelly denied, surely. But at the moment, Lucas has no answer for Yaw.
No, he hasn't. But there's a bit of good news for Lucas. There is still just under half the race to go, isn't there? So anything can happen in this incredible race so far. I can't believe how quickly this race has flown by. Murphy has now started to match Lennon, but I wonder if Lennon made a mistake more in first, because Lennon is on fresh hard tyres, so he should be really wandering away from Murphy. There's in the foreground there was Crazy Power, but Crazy Power's also started to gap Lennon as well. I wonder if those hard tyres are being difficult to fire up here. Possibly.
They will be. They'll give him the durability, which is what he wants. I think every driver would like some good grip and durability, but they're going to take a while to warm up. Of course, the temperature's now dropping down as the nighttime kicks in around this Yap Marina circuit. Is Lennon in the pound seats? He's 14 seconds off the lead. Now, when Yaw and Lucas pit again, they're going to be quite some way behind, but they're going to be on the soft tyres, and Lennon will be on the hard. They're going to have to pass Lennon on track to win this race, and Lennon will not give that up easy.
No, he won't, and of course, that's the beauty about this race, isn't it? This is just about this race alone. This is basically this is a standalone race. This is a celebration of how great this season has been, and so yeah, there's no championships on the line here tonight, which is a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Because as you mentioned there, Dave, I'll tell you what, it would have been a cracking race. I gotta say, I'll be sweating buckets at this moment in time, thinking where Vanquish could be and where Deneen is right now. Absolutely fantastic. We've
got constructors to turn next season, and the first 7 spots are all different constructors. Alfa, Toro, Mercedes, Ferrari, Racing Point, Haas and Red Bull. The first 7 are all different constructors. That's going to be a cracking constructors next season as well. I'm looking forward for that coming back. But I'm just going to say, Crazy Power is rapidly catching Lucas and Jamie, but Yaw is just extending his legs, and Flying Soz is gone.
So unfortunately, we're down to 10 runners now. Flying Sauce is out of the race as well, and he had a really good qualifier as well. But unfortunately, it seems like the good qualifiers have unfortunately dropped by the wayside here at the moment. Alex CW just said Yuri is a smooth operator, so he definitely is at the moment, isn't he? And he is leading by 3.2 seconds now. He is starting to stretch his legs, and Yuri's, I gotta say, he's looking very strong at the moment. But Lucas, don't count Lucas out either. But we've also got Crazy Power in the mix as well. Jamie's still out there on 16 lap over medium tyres. Do you reckon he's trying to get to a decent lap to get softs?
Well, if you're going to go want now,
we're on board then with Dan.
Jamie's got the penalties, which are costing him massively right now, but 16 laps in the mediums is a big telltale sign for everybody else to be watching what Jamie's doing right now. If he didn't have his penalties, he could play himself into a podium. Soft tyres, we saw 6 laps at best with the soft tyres earlier on. So it's going to speed to a few more laps in those mediums yet.
And the cars will be
back at the front now.
The cars will be slightly lighter at this stage, but yeah, you're right. It wouldn't make a massive difference, though, would it? So he needs to get to at least, I would say, at least lap 20, possibly even 21 or 22, to have a realistic chance on those soft tyres. Lennon at the moment is status quo, I would say, because Murphy is keeping him honest, I would say. So those hard tyres are not working out as such. Man, Crazy Power in 4th position. He's nailed on for a 2-stop as well. Stam's got a 3-second penalty moment. Navy is all over the back of Co-Andy. Co-Andy was having such a good race up until where he damaged his front wing after a good old battle with Crazy Power. And I gotta say, I really enjoyed that. It was brutal stuff, and I loved that. And we're on board now with Navy, who's having a bit of a quiet race there today. Unfortunately for him,
damaged his wing at the start. Did TGD Navy? he was involved in all that chaos with Deneen and Jonathan Cox. But you feel there's more to come from that Dutch driver as well, don't you? A supreme qualifier, usually. Oh, Lennon penalty, that's crucial.
That is very crucial indeed, isn't it? So, of course, imagine if we were talking about penalties in qualifying, wasn't it? And how that could decide the race. We don't like the races to be decided on penalties, but of course that is the art of league racing anyway. As T. Tommy has left the session, so that's his last elite race for at least the season, and potentially though we
Crazy Power. And sorry, Sean. Crazy Power. I think it's about line of move on Jamie, whose tyres look absolutely knackered.
He's not at the moment, is he? But Jamie, I would say, he's in no man's land in terms of strategy, isn't he, really? Because what can he go on? He can go on the hard tires. Oh my goodness me! Wow, and
Crazy Power couldn't wait. I can't help but feel Crazy Power just waited there. Instead, now he's picked up a crucial penalty. He's a man on the mission. He's only 8 seconds back now from Lucas, so maybe not closing in on the front two as he would have hoped. Still on a shout for another podium, of course. He put podium Brazil as well, didn't he? Yes, he did. So he started the season very strong. Plenty of podiums. He's going to end the season very strong as well. Lucas' second place would be his personal best of the season if he was to finish there. Crazy Power, an absolute storming now, by the way. He is taking a second out of Lucas in that sector.
My goodness me, this is going to be a tense lap. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic showdown, isn't it, here in Abu Dhabi? Well, at the moment, I would say the race is between three drivers, but anything can go as Jamie is in the pits. I would say that is a bit no man's land, really, isn't it? Because I think the soft tyres, he's going to do well to get the soft tyres down from there, surely.
Well, let's have a look. He would do very well. You're right, lighter fuel. He's going softs.
He's got
5 second penalty, of course, yeah, for the lap 1 incident. Fastest lap. Everyone's going to get a point for fastest lap if they go for it, so Jamie's going to put his challenge down there, but it's nice to see Jamie back in the points. It's been a rough old ride since his first twin in Hungary. It's gone pear-shaped since it's meant to go the other way. But what could have been for this man? Championship contender, but let's see what Jamie can do. His tyres are going to be shot at the end, I'll tell you that.
They are indeed, but he will get an extra point, as you mentioned, for fastest lap, but might be I suppose it might be a consolation prize, but yeah, I think Jamie, unfortunately, that 5 second penalty has really thrown him out of the game anyway, which is such a shame, really. Crazy Power 7.2 seconds back from Lucas at the moment, and my goodness me, Navy there was flying onto the back of Kohani there. I thought he was going to go into the back of him, then he's all over the back of Kohani like a rash, and now he's going to Kohani there defending the inside line absolutely beautifully well there. Kohani, the veteran of IRC, but Navy is going to go on the outside. He is through and swoops through and up into 7th position there. Good move there from Navy, and now he is on his way then. Let's see what he can do. Can he get in front of Stam as well in the remainder couple of laps in this race? And you can see that the night skies have taken over now. The artificial light is taking over now. Beautiful sight here in Abu Dhabi as we end the season on a high, and I've got to say, it has been an absolutely incredible race, hasn't it? I've really enjoyed this one.
As it stands for Lennon, the hard tyres are not working. He's now 17.5 seconds back from your pits. He'll probably be about 5 seconds behind. On soft tyres, he'll make that up in a lap and a half. So, good gamble by Lennon. Still might pay off if there's mistakes, but as it stands, Lennon's going to struggle to win it from here.
Murphy coming in the pits. He's they used to call it a splash and dash when they had fuel. Now it's more just switching the tyres and going for it, isn't it? And he's out on the soft tyres now, and it looks like we've got a bit of a competition going on for fastest lap now. So this is going to make it interesting. The battle for 9th and 10th. Murphy comes out just behind. Well, Jamie's all over the back of Deneen. Remember, these two were championship rivals earlier on in the season. Yeah. Now it's things have changed a bit. As Deneen is the champion of Elite, isn't he? And brilliant stuff indeed for Deneen. Unfortunately, it's not really a championship celebration today, as BP is left for session there. Unfortunately, Jamie is now all over the back of Deneen. Look at him gaining. He's going to go on the outside. I think this might be candy from a baby kind of situation here, and it is indeed. He is up into 8th position. Deneen has dropped down to 9th. He's on 9 lap older medium tyres. But with the
that will help Jamie's fastest lap calls with a nice boosted double DRS. Well, you won't get DRS here, but nice boosted DRS down the back straight. That will do very nicely. I don't think Deneen will have much comeback here. All a bit steady at the front now.
Oh, I know Deneen there did have a look there, a bit of a wheel rubbing there, but nothing too major. And Lucas is in the pits. So Lucas is in the pits, and I think he's going to have to go on the soft tyres then. And I'm wondering, this is going to be interesting. I think the gap is too big, isn't it, for a bona fide undercut
yeah,
here?
He's thinking about the undercut now. Crazy Power, he's thinking, when do I make the same move? Or can Crazy Power get his tyres to the end? 7 laps to go. Jamie did 17 laps on his medium. Now then, can Crazy Power get his tyres to the end?
Oh, this is going to be very interesting indeed.
Lucas will be back out in traffic. Like you said, I don't think he's too far behind to make any impact on your... Oh, and right behind the back of Andy and TGG Navy.
Oh,
that's not worked for Lucas.
That hasn't, has it? And that is remember in the first stop there, Lucas came out in some beautiful wide open track. Now this time he's got a couple of cars in front of him. You can see Cohen, we've got Navy, we've even got Stam just in front of them as well. So he's got to take.
They're not far ahead either. That's not worked for. Well, he loves DRS. Let's see if he can make it work. But you'll no doubt follow suit. You will not want to lose too much time to. Oh, and he hasn't got through it. In fact, he's been forced wide by Andy, and that's probably a penalty to boot. And I'm afraid it's the third time unlucky for Lucas. This is not going to happen for him. His first win will come. But yet again, I don't think it's going to be here. He's going to be denied. It's playing into the hands there of Crazy Power.
It is indeed, isn't it? And I'm wondering if you were your, would you stay out there? Because you're on 12 lap of medium tyres. Do you reckon you'd be able to get him to the end of the race? Or do you think there's too much of a risk?
He would be risking it. And if he was going to stop, it would have possibly been now. Oh, Lucas.
That was a cracking old move there from Lucas.
He's got nothing to lose now.
Yes, it's all or nothing now for Lucas. So this is going to be some good racing. I got to say, as we are.
Crazy Power does pit. Okay, so he's playing it safe.
That's interesting. That is. I would have stayed up if I was Crazy Power, but and he's coming out of the pits now. Ferrari a bit slow to get him out there.
Oh, he didn't have to wait to stand. Yeah, they were slow to get him out. Sorry, Sean. Yeah, if I was Crazy Power, I probably would have gone on actually. So Lennon's 17 and a half behind. Lucas is already just far, well, he's not far behind Lennon. So Lennon's, I can't see him winning this. Yours comfortable in his tyres. His aren't degrading as much as everybody else's. But Crazy Power, yeah, I would have held on. But let's see if he can get up to the back of Lucas, stuck in traffic.
Oh, this is going to be good then. We've got 6 more laps to go, and we 17 seconds is the gap there. I think that it's going to be interesting in the final. Well, from now to the end of the race, it's going to be interesting to see what you're going to do. But you're still gapping Lennon, is it? It went down to 17.1. Oh wait, well now all of a sudden it's gone down to 16.9, just as I say it. Lucas is now up into 3rd position, and then Navy is 4th, Co-Andy is 5th. And Crazy Power will also be flying as well. He's up to 6th. Jamie is just behind him in 7th, isn't it? So, and all doom and gloom for Jamie there if he's come out just behind Crazy Power. But he has done 3 laps on the soft tires, so it is going to be.
Lucas, he's damaged his front wing. Lucas has damaged his front wing. What a shame. What a shame for the Greek driver. Yet again, looking so promising. Yours now got nothing to lose, really. Lucas was his main threat. He's got front wing damage, that's why he's not pulling away like he should be from TGG. And Andy, you've got a ton of penalties as well. Yours kept it pretty effective. Yours only got 3 seconds as well. Lennon's now 16.6, so yours big risk now is risking a penalty. Risking a puncher, sorry.
Oh, this is going to get very good.
He would have done, what, 20 odd laps by the end of the race if he stays in those medium tyres. We've seen punches in USA and Mexico. Drivers leaving it late. So let's see. He's got nothing to lose by stopping and putting on softs now. He would easily catch Lennon. He'd be ahead of Lucas. So it's an interesting gamble here from Yor.
It is indeed. 16 seconds does sound like a lot of time to gain in just under 6 laps, but it's just about the tyre wear as well. Of course, those hard tyres are basically guaranteed they can go all day, really, can't they? It's the medium tyres that is going to be on the edge there. And I'm honest, I gotta say, I am absolutely loving this race. It could be it's anyone's guess, isn't it? Can Yor win the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix? Can Lennon win his first ever race? It would be absolutely fantastic stuff here in Elite. Of course, unfortunately for Lucas there, he's looking so good. He is gapping Navy now, but he has a damaged front wing. He's really compromised himself, but he's only 3.9 seconds away from Lennon, so we'll keep an eye on that battle as well. We're just watching Co-Andy at the moment, who is within striking distance of Navy as well. But I must say it's been a cracker race, hasn't it? And I love the strategy calls here. It's different up and down the field, and that's what makes a really good race. It really does. You've seen it in real form when you're seeing it here tonight. gap is down to 60. Oh, Lennon had a bit of a poor sector there, didn't he? He's down to 16.7 seconds. Lucas there, look at the understeer there, almost going into the wall at turn 19 there. That would have damaged the other side of the end plate on the front wing there. But yeah, my heart goes out for Lucas there. What a shame there for the Greek driver. Stam is all over the back of Deneen at the moment. Of course, Deneen is our champion, isn't he? And really look forward to seeing what he can do with the McLaren next season. Of course, the draw which happened earlier on today, presented by Dave, it was a fantastic draw, and I've got to say, it's produced some brilliant teammates next season. And one of them is, of course, the McLaren duo of Deneen and Slim. Brilliant stuff as well. We've also got Are You Racing, and not that bad racing together as well. And of course, also the awards was announced, and Deneen there, who of course admin's driver of the season, and got to say he was richly deserved, wasn't it? He's had a bit of an off day today though, Deneen has, but well, if you're champion, I think this is more just a fun race, isn't it? As the job was done, he did it. He did in the other 20 races. He did. That's the privilege that he had today, and he is down in 9th position. But it starting the season off on a high, and now Stam is gaining on him. He is going to go through and up into 9th position. Stam, another man who was battling for the win up until where he damaged his front wing. So a lot of hard luck stories out there today, and I think a lot of drivers might be happy to have a break and just go into the Christmas break and just enjoy themselves before they recharge their batteries.
A few drivers ruining missed opportunities. BP, Jonathan Cox, Jacob. You guys say about qualifying, it meant absolutely nothing. Yours up 7, Lennon's up 10, Lucas up 1, TG Navy up 7, Jamie, Dan Murphy both up 8, Andy up 9, Stan down 7. And of course, all the front runners in the qualifying are out the race. So yeah, qualifying has been tipped on its head this afternoon.
It does, and I gotta say,
oh, sorry, you're struggling. His tyres are screaming down the hill section there. I thought he was actually going to lose control. The gap's now coming down rapidly to Lennon. He's lost a second in sector 1 alone.
And do you notice that gap, Dave? Do you like just stare at that gap whilst you're driving, in terms of like when you feel under the cosh, when you're having a strategy like this where you're going very long on tyres that possibly can go to the end?
It's safe enough at the moment for him, but he'll be getting, as Lennon now in the same screenshot, there's a long old pan. Yours, yeah, Lure again, not looking too good. He's struggling. The gap is rapidly coming down to Lennon now. Actually, it's falling pretty quick. I wonder if the tyres are going to hit that cliff.
And look at
now,
that.
Yeah, he'll start looking at the gap. I guess 10 seconds he'll start looking at it while he's fighting the car. Sector 1's his biggest mission.
And that was a great shot as well then. That just shows how close this race has been. We was just watching Lennon and Lucas, and then behind we had Navy, we had Co-Andy, we had Crazy Power, and I think we also had a Mercedes as well in the background of Jamie. It's anyone's ball game at the moment, isn't it? It may look in the classification there that yours got it all under control, but my goodness me, this is becoming very, very tense in the final 3 laps, isn't it? This is going to be the longest couple of laps in yours career, I think. Lucas has gone very wide there, as Jamie's also got a 3-second penalty as well. Lennon there, can he just needs to keep it under control, doesn't he? Cannot push too hard, Lennon, and just ruin the momentum he's got. But I still think it's a big task, isn't it, for Lennon to catch Yor from here, isn't it?
He's got penalties as well, as Lennon. Just watching Yor's as he's running it pretty low and really lifting off from the downhill section as well. Going to Crazy Power. It's not work for him. If I was Crazy Power, I would have gone medium soft sauce. I think that would have worked and would have put him much more contention with Lucas. Yeah, not quite worked out for Crazy, but I think the medium softs have gone right for him. I think he either should have risked it on the mediums, although you know you're struggling, he would have probably gone backwards. But I kind of have a feel, yeah, medium soft softs was probably the way to go. But for the Super League guys watching, big lessons for them.
Indeed it is, of course. I think Super's on tomorrow, isn't it? Which I got to say, I'm looking forward to that. It'll be a great end of season party, just like this one is tonight. And that's also going to be a preview for next season as well. Because next season we haven't got many new drivers. Well, I don't think we've got any new drivers. We've got T Sammy and Maxi coming to the Super. And I got to say that championship next season is really looking good, isn't it? If we took out the top 3 from this season, it'd be between Asdog and Matt. And I got to say, it'll be a to and fro from that in terms of the championship between those two.
There'll be a lot more different winners next season's Super, that's for sure. That'll blow the championship. That'll blow the races wide open. Those 3 moving up, and T Sammy coming down. T Sammy's not a good qualifier. Nor is Maxi for that matter. In fact, Maxi's probably a better qualifier than T Sammy, but nowhere near as clean and as consistent as T Sammy. But they're going to put themselves in the mix. They're going to get some really great results and great races in qualifying next season in Super. Looking forward to taking part in that.
Yeah, it's gonna be fantastic stuff from both Elite and Super's point of view. So January can't come soon enough, can it? Yeah, tomorrow's going to be fantastic. Tonight has been brilliant. The gap is 12.4 seconds between Yor and Lennon. Lennon's now got to be looking behind him rather than in front of him, because he's got Lucas all over the back and Crazy Powers all over the back of Navy at the moment in the battle for 4th and 5th position then. So we've got some end of season battles here then. Of course, it's all about pride, isn't it, for next season as well. Of course, there's a long old winter season, isn't it, because there's going to be several weeks before these guys get into the car again in IRC and really put these battles which they might have lost, get their revenge, because that's like 4 or 5 weeks, isn't it? That's going to be a long 5 weeks. Deneen just set the fast lap race there on the soft tyres. And
Lucas down the inside and makes it move. I thought he was a bit late there at first, but good move by Lucas. Slightly out of lap. He's got a damaged front wing. If he had that damaged front wing, he could have been really chasing the back of Yor, making it interesting. The gap is down to 10 seconds. We'll let him fight back. It'll be tough on the outside. He's going to give it a go though, is Lennon.
He is, isn't
off here.
Oh, they've touched.
Lennon.
They've touched. And
Lennon left his nose in there. That was a cheeky love tap. That's slightly not. I think that move was probably done. It's single file through there. Lennon's nose was still there, but that's given Crazy Power a shot at Lennon now.
Oh dear. So yeah, that's a shame now for Lennon. Crazy Power's also just got by Navy as well down the back straight. So yeah, Crazy Power then potentially it's not the most optimal strategy there, and Lennon's also got 3 penalties.
3 second penalty. Lennon may have just cost him a podium.
Oh, poor Lennon, because I think he's had a fantastic.
Lucas say he didn't need to do that. It's possibly cost him now.
What a shame for Lennon. He's had a stellar race, hasn't he? He's really impressive stuff. It's great to see him up there as well for Lennon, but unfortunately it's just not gone its way, has it? As we enter the final lap of season 2 of Elite. This is the final time these guys have been racing in 2019, and I gotta say it's been incredible, hasn't it? The 28 laps around here have flown by. The season's flown by. My goodness me, bring it on next season, bring it on. Just watching Yor coming down the back straight.
Run at Lucas. Maybe a bit of revenge, and Andy and TG Navy have resumed their battles. Navy's looking at the versus disqualification, the amount of warnings he's had. Jamie could end up with a top 6 here as well, but then he may get a second shot at DRS. Oh yeah, the front wing damage is really hurting Lucas. Yours absolutely painfully going slow, and Lennon's blowing it.
Yeah, Lennon, he got in the power, didn't he? And he had a bit of a swapper on there, didn't he? And then Lennon was weaving there, wasn't he? It looked like. So I'm not sure if there's something going wrong in the with the equipment or with the car there.
Look at this! All of a sudden, second down to 6th, or in the 7th, are all nose to tail.
There's been damage on the back of a Ferrari, I think. I think Crazy Power just drove into the back of oh no, I don't know, I'm sure I said something. Maybe I'm just I'm seeing things, I think. Oh my goodness me! And Crazy Power there, he's gonna have a go for it. He's flying up the inside. My goodness me! And we're gonna miss the leader. Oh no, there's contact. There's contact, and Crazy Power is through. Yor wins the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What a race there for Yor. Lucas got it done in 7 seconds in the end. Brilliant stuff from Lucas. Once again, they're so close yet so far. Crazy Power there, alternative strategy there, and he's up to second. He's been Cole Andy's up into 2nd position. Crazy Power 3rd. Lucas 4th. Murphy is in 5th position. Lennon down to 6th there. Jamie 7th. And Navy is in 8th position. Stam is gone off the track somewhere, and he will have a DNF. He will get a point, but unfortunately he will not get the he will not get 2 points. So that means Deneen, here he is. I think he just wanted a champion's coronation, didn't he? And he comes around the final corner, and Deneen is your Elite World Champion for season 2. A brilliant season for Deneen. Fantastic, thoroughly deserved, and it has to be deserved because he beat Vanquish, and that is an incredible feat in of itself. Well done to Deneen.
Oh. I don't know about you, Sean, but I wanted one more lap of that, because somehow out of nowhere the gap was down to 7 seconds and second down to 7th with all nose to tail. One more lap, we were in for a grandstand finish. Andy did 17 laps on the hard tyres and bagged himself a well-earned 2nd place from qualifying way down in 16th. Outstanding from the 2-time Super League champion.
And it's exactly what you said. Keep it clean, and you'll be in it to win it. And Cole Andy definitely kept it clean in the second part of the race, didn't he? He was just quietly going about his job, and I got to say, almost, well, he did. He pinched the podium.
And he one-stopped amazingly. Amazing how all the strategies, all the strategies came together at the end. Lennon, who could have won this race at one point, finished 6th. Dan Murphy got himself 5th place out of nowhere. Lucas didn't even get a podium after all that. What a mental final race.
And that was an incredible race, wasn't it? Let's just complete the classification. Salary called Stam there, unfortunately retired on the final corner, but he will get a point in the end. Flying retirements, and we lost Flying Sauce, Blaz, T. Sammy, Jacob, BP, John, and John Cox also out as well. But an incredible race, and that is remember, that is just like that's kind of a teaser for what's to come next season in season 3. Absolutely fantastic. I thought it's in the comment, but no, we didn't. Oh, Dave, a brilliant season all around, though, hasn't it? Congratulations to Deneen, of course, season 2 champion. Brilliant stuff. Can't wait to see him return in Australia to defend it. But overall, what's your thoughts been for the season?
That final race summed up the season just perfectly. Expect the unexpected. You started 8th. I didn't think you'd get anywhere near the pace to win this, but the race started with fireworks. With Jacob going backwards, Deneen crashing out, Jonathan Cox, all the front runners gone. That was just epitomised the Elite League this season. Abu Dhabi, one of the most boringest tracks, does not throw up great races, and that was a classic all the way to the end. I wanted more of that towards the end, and same with the season. I want more. But and just a shame Vanquish wasn't here. Mike, can you imagine if Vanquish had won that or come second and Deneen finished 9th? He would have been champion.
That would have been a tense finale, wouldn't it, in of itself? And so that was a shame that Vanquish was unable to make it here tonight. But apart from that, overall, brilliant stuff, absolutely fantastic. It really was. Of course, I keep saying it, but January can't come soon enough, can it? Season 3.
January the 8th, Wednesday, January the 8th. We do it all again.
It's all
Super
more.
League will be the 9th, Thursday the 9th, and both. I honestly cannot tell you how excited I am to be taking part in the Super and to be watching another fantastic season of Elite League racing.
Absolutely top-notch stuff. I was wondering if we might have a word with the drivers here tonight before we sign off. Hopefully we could. It would be nice to have a word with Deneen as well, possibly, if of course our champion. Hopefully we can get him in, but I don't know, they might have been off partying because of course the season's done and dusted.
They've all earned a good 2-3 week break, and feet up over Christmas and New Year, and then we're straight back into it, and they've all earned it. It's been a magnificent season, and that epitomised the Elite League for me. Just the pride they took. The gloves are off. There was no silliness out there. There was some entertaining moves, but they kept entertaining it, and all the races, all the drivers wanted to race tonight. The championship was done. They didn't care. They wanted to go out there and race, and that epitomises these drivers.
Absolutely fantastic stuff. It really has been. Denise asked, any interviews? Yeah, come on in. We'd love to have a chat with you and see what's see what's occurring. Yes. So hopefully, whilst we wait for Deneen to get himself sorted out and get himself in a professional mood. We hope anyway. Even though he did throw some shots at Slim last time he was in here, which I must say was absolutely fantastic. So I'm looking forward to more of that.
A lot of activity in the chat after the race, that last lap in particular. Jamie, I think, is going to try and appeal that penalty he had. I'm getting videos galore from drivers. Entertaining last race. I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to sit here all night and watch through those videos. Season's done, what's done is done. Co Andy, I tell you what, I really wish he could be more than a reserve driver, because he is like Vanquish. You know, that's why they've both won 2 championships, 4 between them. Consistency, pull off the moves when they have to, they pick the fights. He's just a great smooth. He's like the F1 driver. Like Kimi Räikkönen, you know, the Kimi of old, the Alonso. They're a bit like Alonso, if I had to describe him. Alonso in his prime. Just pure racers. Know how to do it. You know, they can be exciting when they want to be. They can pull off those overtakes when they want to, but they got racing heads on them, proper racing heads on them. But Sean, I've got a dash, mate.
No problem. Been a pleasure all season, Dave, and I'm really looking forward to seeing it next season with you. Been fantastic stuff.
Absolutely. Merry Christmas to everybody who's been watching all season, all the drivers, and have a great new year. And we'll see you for season 3. And the website should be updated this weekend.
Absolutely fantastic. Of course, a big hand to Dave and Matt, who've done a phenomenal job with Elite this season. Also, a big hand to, of course, Slim, Vanquish. I think Carson was in there as well. Forgive me. And Asdog as well, who of course were the admins and of course were part of the beginning of Elite. It's been an amazing accomplishment over the last 2 seasons. Brilliant. Of course, then. So yeah, I echo Dave's comments there. Absolutely fantastic. I hope you all have a good Christmas. I really enjoy it. Of course, have time to recharge your batteries. Getting ready for that. Getting ready for January 2020 is where it's going to really start to begin again, where it's going to get absolutely fantastic. Remember, tomorrow night is also Super League, and that'll be the final race as well in Super. Of course, Not That Bad is also wrapped up the title as well, so it's going to be another celebration of racing from the Super guys. So join us at 8 o'clock tomorrow, Super, as we'll be rounding out the championship. Then, of course, the final championships will be updated in the chat and also on the Facebook page and also on the website as well, which has been worked on thoroughly. So brilliant stuff for everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. Great comments as always, and we'll see you tomorrow.